Just double checking. Give it a moment to see if everything's working. Okay then. So, hello everyone, it's your failed programming error that just refused to be fixed. Code here. And, would you look at that, today we are going to be playing some more DDLC, specifically the club meetings. Hello Rob, nice to see you. I sense DDLC while you sense correctly. So yeah, today DDLC, tomorrow FNF, and on Saturday most likely another Genshin stream. And after that, things will change a little bit, I have to say. My legs are dying. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. I hope they will recover. I hope they won't fully die. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, the streams will not continue as frequently as they have been. You know, recently, like before my vacation, I streamed basically daily for a while, and after I returned, I streamed almost every day. Sometimes I took one day of a break. I was always either, like at most 1 day break, and otherwise I usually stream multiple days in a row. That will change soon. And I might, and I will actually change my streaming quote-unquote schedule accordingly, and only have FNF and one other game, which currently will be Doki Doki Club meetings. So that's what's gonna be happening. So I will no longer have 2 stream slots along with FNF, but only 1 stream slot plus FNF. Because of how the number of streams will decrease soon. And I am very sorry about that, but things are about to get a little bit more busy for me soon. So yeah, I will again try to get these final few streams in where I can, and we'll see how it goes. Also, some interesting new quotes. Thank you for those, Rob. Now that I have talked about how the number of streams will soon get reduced, I say we just start the stream for the time being. So, let's go into Season 1. Unsolvable Sammy, hi, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Complaining too much because school's have sometime. Yeah, again, see, everyone's getting busy. Now, we finished episodes 1 through 4, so we're now gonna do 5 and 6 and thus be officially halfway done. So episode 5, what do we have? Natsuki's acting club president. MC gets advice from the club on how to deal with Sayori. Let us begin. Also, Monica is sleeping.
6 o'clock. That's the alarm I set so I can sleep through it. Back to sleep.
Monica resets her alarm, then closes her eyes. I never got into that, setting like an extra alarm that you can sleep through. Like when I have an alarm, I usually have just like that one alarm, and I'm supposed to wake up to that. But I guess this would be something comforting. Friends an achievement. We do appreciate that achievement, don't we?
Short-term, long-term effects. And the 6:45 alarm, where technically I'm supposed to get up to give myself time to get ready. But I actually always reset the alarm one more time and sleep for 15 more minutes.
Monica again resets her alarm.
So sleepy. Has it been 15 minutes yet? Feels like it's been like 5 minutes. Let's see. The alarm's going off in 90 seconds. I should just get up. No, I refuse.
Daga CodeErr. Yes. Finally understand all those jokes you made about Sayori hanging herself? Yup. And also, hello Mario. But yeah, let's, again, we gotta be a little bit careful on the jokes and references. Because Gabe still has a ways to go. Still has a ways to go now that he has officially entered Act 2. The fun has only just begun.
I will lay here and I will enjoy my 1 minute of not having to get up yet. It's really hard to enjoy it when you know the end is imminent. Kind of like life. Geez, dark thoughts much. I wonder if...
Well, now you gotta get up.
Damn. Okay, time to get up.
Monica does not get up.
Getting up? Now.
She still does not get up.
Okay, going to count down from 10 in my head, and when I reach 0, I'm going to get up. 10, 9, 8... 7...
Slowing down. Wow. Sounds like me. The Monica thing? Yeah, no, relatable. Way too relatable.
7...
I actually broke my alarm once because it was so loud and it scared me. Flew across the room. Damn. Damn. Also, Sammy, thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you.
No, don't fall asleep. Okay, actually getting up.
Monica finally gets out of bed and stretches. Also, hello, I have enough. She starts singing. I cannot sing, especially if I try to do a voice.
Caving in and dreaming I'm alive.
No. Monica continues to sing loudly as she steps out of the shower and starts to get dressed. She pulls her uniform directly from her dryer.
Still kinda wrinkly from being in there all night. Give it another 5 minutes. Let's see, what takes 5 minutes? Tying my ribbon. There we go. It's been so quiet all week. I've almost forgotten what all this, that all this is a simulation. It's so great to feel like everything's tangible. I'm not having that constant nagging awareness of the game's operation when it's running. Today is Wednesday.
It's not. But I guess it is. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Hidden talent, you should keep it hidden though. Yeah. Yeah. I saw so many emotes. The amount of emotes. Also the Uno reverse. Oh, sorry, the no you reverse.
I guess that means Natsuki's probably going to have to start dealing with that feeling soon, if she hasn't already. I wonder if the game is on me. Hey, Code? I know you're listening to me. Don't you spy on me while I'm getting dressed. But if you're actually there, I love you. It's weird. I wasn't really into anime much before all this, but finding out you live in a visual novel makes you weirdly aware of all the anime tropes. And it gets you addicted to using them. Oh my god, yeah, I can't believe myself. I haven't really seen anyone from the club this week. I've texted with Natsuki and Yuri. But I haven't heard anything from MC or Sayori. Natsuki seems to think that they had some kind of fight last week. I'll have to try and make sure to patch things up at the club today. People not getting along always makes me uncomfortable. Especially when they're my friends. But just in general, I hate conflict. I tried to force myself to be okay with it by joining the bait club, but it was just awkward. I just want everyone to get along and be okay. Okay, time to get going.
Yes. Oh my god, the pickup lines, they're starting back up. It's happening again, guys. I cannot handle the pickup lines. Make it hurt. Ah, that's how bad it was, huh?
It's pretty today. It's starting to warm up a bit even. It would be a nice day for a walk if I lived close enough to school. I can always drive with the window down, I guess. People have a particular way of looking at me when I walk through campus. They do a brief, often sidelong glance and then go back to looking away. Sometimes they do a very brief half smile or nod if they see that I've noticed them looking. People probably think I have lots of friends and that I'd never stoop to socialize with them. But really they think that because I act confident. I don't have any real friends other than the literature club. That shield of apparent self-secure confidence can protect you, but it can also isolate you. Some people can be confident like that and still just strike up a friendship with anyone and be cool doing it, but I'm actually kind of shy with people I don't know very well. I retreat into being formal and reserved. I wonder if even the people who make it look like really easy have that same internal self-doubt. Hey, Monica! Here comes a very radiant-looking Sayori. Hi, Monica! Hello, Sayori. You look happier than usual today. Thanks! Your necktie looks nice. Thanks. I tied it like I always do. There's just something about it that looks really good today, I guess.
Ah, yes. How has it been with the first college week? Yeah, how has it been for everyone, huh? Hell, just jokes. Yeah. To strip my knee crawling out of it. Nice. From heaven to hell. And then back again. I fell upwards. Imagine falling upwards when gravity is just like, no, fuck you.
I should ask her about MC, but not right away, or too confrontationally, just make it casual. So how's your day been so far? Pretty good! How was MC this morning? Is he doing okay in calculus? I actually didn't see him this morning. He didn't walk you to school? Not today, no. But guess what? It's this classic Sayori deflection, but no use in doing anything but going along with it. What? I'm gonna learn a musical instrument! Really? Are you going to do the whole band thing? I haven't decided yet! Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how I feel once I start learning. Which instrument? Guitar! I see. Why on earth would Sayori want to learn guitar? What prompted this? Oh, I realized I should probably get out and do more stuff. There should be more to my life than classes and literature club in my house. This gives me something new to focus on. Well, good for you, Sayori. Guitar is really hard, though. It requires a lot of coordination, It does? Yeah, I actually completely gave up on learning it because the coordination between hands was too difficult. I like piano much better. If you want a note, you hit that key. Whereas on guitar you have to pluck a string while simultaneously holding it down with the right place or the other. I'm not great at coordination. How I can learn it anyway? Anyway, Monica, I came to tell you something. Oh? I'm going to be a little late for the club today. I'll probably be there in time for poems and stuff. I just wanted to let you know. This is extremely odd for her.
I am still falling and will drag anything with me. Well, if you drag enough with you, eventually all that stuff should stop you from falling, hopefully. I don't know. Something you try to drag with you should stop you. I think. I hope. First of all, concert new. It's your gravity. Imagine, you can't ungravity my gravity. Love yourself because we don't. Why, thank you. I appreciate that advice.
Sure thing. Any particular reason, just out of curiosity? Oh, it has to do with learning the guitar. It's just a one-time thing. I'll be back at the usual time next week. No problem, Sayori. I hope you'll come as soon as you can, though. I don't know what Natsuki has planned for us today, but I'm sure she'd like you to be there for it. Plus, Yuri said she really wanted to talk to you and Natsuki about Death Note. Don't worry, I'll be there before too long. Just be sure to tell everyone that I'll be there soon. It was all extremely weird and out of character. The ultra-depressed energy star of Sayori suddenly takes up a new hobby, and then misses time with the people whose happiness she's probably willing to die for. Did she start taking medication or something? Sayori, I know it's a weird question, but are you okay? Of course I'm okay! Never been better! Okay, just acting a little different than normal is all. I'm totally okay! I'll be at the club before too long, don't worry! Alright, Sayori, I'll see you there. Well, clearly it requires further analysis.
Can animated Earth exist? What do you mean by that question? Like, can someone animate the Earth in its entirety, like down to every last detail? That would be a lot of stuff. I do not understand. Exist? Yes, I have. Yes, have life? Probably no. Oh, an inverted Earth. Why did I read that as animated? I am dumb. Can an inverted Earth exist? So like the surface, what we know as the surface is the interior area. Which would mean that if you were to look straight up and there wasn't anything obstructing your view, you could see the exact opposite end of the world. Like if you were standing on the North Pole, so to speak, and looked directly up, you could see the South Pole. Like that kind of inverted Earth. Not sure how that would work. Just shit. Wow. Myra with the interesting life advice here. Oh hey Natsuki, by the way. Best girl. Hi, I guess? I've never actually met you directly, I think. Oh right, because she knows. She knows we're here now. I'm Natsuki. Although I guess you already knew that. Why? She seems to be waiting for you to say something. Maintain silence. Guys. I mean, it's accurate. This would probably make the most sense. This is just rude. This is accurate, but coming on way too strong. What do I do here? Guys, what do I do? I need help. Probably should just go for the regular one. I don't want to come on way too strongly here. I know it's just a fictional character, okay? I am aware. You want me to you really want me to do this? You want me to be a total creep? Okay, fine. Ah, a fanboy. Or fangirl, I guess, whatever you identify as. Like, it's flattering that you're into me and all. I don't even really know you. Not gonna lie, it's kind of weird knowing you exist and sort of were MC for a while. There were some moments there that were pretty personal in my route. What there was of it anyway. So in a way, I feel like I kind of know you. Or at least, maybe I do if you chose my route in the main game, which I don't know. This shit always hurts my head. But I'm making this needlessly awkward, I guess. I'm glad you like my style. Hopefully we'll get along. Yes! Score. Just be cool, okay? And don't be a creeper. I could. But I'm not going to. After being told don't be a creeper, I wouldn't dare. Who in their right mind would dare? And if you want to see what happens if you pick this option, just do it yourself. Okay? Just do it yourself if you're so curious. Wasn't talking about you. Wow. I would be concerned. First option. Absolutely first option. Again. Can't do it myself. Well, that's just too bad. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll eventually... Maybe once I'm done with this mod, I might go back and revisit some choices like this one, if you really want me to. You get affected, wow. I won't, just know I care about you. Thanks, that's nice to know. I think we'll get along pretty well after all. Anyway, it's nice having you here, but it's always a little weird, you know? I'm kinda glad that the game usually leaves us alone, except on Wednesdays. I don't know what Monica's told you about what it's like, but beyond the feeling of everything being fake, it's tough to have the constant sensory experience of the game in your head. Especially when bad stuff is happening to the people you're watching. I don't know what happened with Sayori and MC last week, but it felt awful and I couldn't hide from it. As far as I can tell, they haven't been talking since then. That really bums me out. It's Sayori's birthday tomorrow though, maybe that'll be a good time for them to make up. Although Sayori doesn't usually like to do anything for her birthday, we'll see. I don't know about you, but I ship those two so goddamn hard. You know what, yeah. I totally understand it. MC x Sayori is probably the most common sense ship in the entirety of DDLC. MC x Sayori, I have to admit. You can argue all you want about who's best girl, but when it comes to who should end up together with MC, it should be Sayori. No matter who you think is best girl, that is what you should probably go for. Crown, wow. Mario's pre-hack. It's always like this. Kind of. Did Code reference? Anyway, yeah, kind of that reference. Wasn't there a snow option? Imagine if there was a snow option. The childhood friends, it's a classic heartwarming trope straight out of a manga. Which I guess makes sense since that's more or less what we are. You know, it's weird. I used to be pretty fucking pissed at Monica, even if she didn't think we were real, which is dumb, but whatever. Even then, I did not understand what the big deal was about going to such extreme lengths to get out of this program to be with you. But now I think I get it. I get why she'd feel that attachment. When you're here, you kind of feel like the only solid, meaningful thing, by contrast with like the rest of the world. Even though I can't see you, don't get the wrong idea, I'm not desperately in love with you or anything. And I'm not going to go on a deleting rampage to get to you or whatever. But I think I understand Monica a little better now. Looks like it's about time for me to get going. I guess I'll see you later unless the game follows me out of here. It's been nice talking to you. Right back at you, best girl. And so we meet again. I'm sorry I didn't choose this. I played juniors. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't think I have. Friendship route, right? Yeah, friendship. Everything about friendship here. You done yet? Thank you. Well, that took a moment. Hey, again, I guess it did follow me out here. And it's this fucking song. I hate this song. It's so fucking childish. I mean, I shit you not, xylophone. I'm not a 5-year-old, for fuck's sake. Oh shit, here comes MC. Play it cool. Hey MC, how's it going? Do you want the polite answer or the honest one? Let's have the honest one, please. You finally going to talk about what's going on with you and Sayori? We're all kind of worried, you know? Yeah, it's basically about that. Play it, please. You have to try it out at least once. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. We shall see. She told me she loved me last week. That must be when I suddenly got hit with the wave of rejection, sadness, and pain. You noticed that, huh? Did you actually reject her, you moron? I swear to God, MC, I wasn't kidding about kicking your ass if you broke her heart. No, I didn't reject her. Then what happened? Out with it. Well, I need to explain a few things. Go to bed. Alright, good night, Mario. See you around. Thanks for checking in. I do appreciate it. That was a rifle. Magazine, I'm guessing what that says. A rifle magazine? The text-to-speech message, you mean? Fair. Well, Mario leaves and Tord arrives. Hello. Hi. I've been kind of worried about Sayori ever since the incident. Well, more like a lot worried. I get really scary nightmares about her killing herself. So a few weeks ago, I tried to muster up the courage to talk to her about it. I asked her to take care of herself and get help for her illness. And I did this because I wanted to be a good best friend, but also but also because you love her and desperately want to make out with her. Yeah, true. Haha! Got him. Could you be a weapon of mass destruction? Okay, bye. Bye. And Neon, hi. Not only Tord, well, hello. Hello, hello. Also, Monica outfit. Probably nice. Has anyone ever gone to a school where they had a school uniform? I don't think I've ever, I don't think I've ever met anyone who's been to a school that has a, like a strict school uniform. Kind of, I think the concept is maybe kind of interesting, but, damn, gotta appreciate having the freedom of choice still. No school uniforms here. Fair. Again, I had never had any either. Yeah, true. But it's more selfish than you think. I'm really scared of Sayori hurting herself. Finding her on the day of the festival was the worst experience of my life. And I do love her. I do. More than anything. But it's a really scary feeling. What if I totally committed to loving her and then, you know, I don't know how I would deal with that. So what? Did you tell her? I told her that I needed to know that she'd take care of herself. And that it felt really scary and dangerous to dive in, basically because of my fear about her depression. And what did she say? Well, she panicked and just treated it as a complete rejection. And then she all but shoved me out of her room. I tried to explain, but didn't really get the chance before she hustled me out. And I haven't talked to her since. Okay, MC, listen to me. I get that it's scary, but if you really do love Sayori, you need to go tell her, like, as soon as possible. What's with the music? What's with the music change? We shouldn't judge Tord much since BTubing is roleplay. Oh, you're calling me out now? Huh. I'm still really worried, though. I really don't want to... Of course you don't! I really don't want to have to go through... Of course you don't! But loving someone is literally always dangerous, and even if in the best case scenarios, it's bound to end with at least some pain. But you have to decide if you're willing to take risks for the person you love. And right now you're being cowardly about it. If I told you right now that if you got together with Sayori, and it would ultimately end up really painfully and maybe even horrifyingly for you, but that doing so would make Sayori really happy and would bring you joy for whatever time you had together, what would you do? I would do it. I would do anything to make Sayori happy. Exactly, and it's not like you're walking across hot coals or cutting off a limb. You just have to tell her you love her, and be up for whatever that entails, which includes the bad, sure, but also the good. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll probably think about it some more, but you make a good point. I guess it'd be kind of dumb to abandon the thing I'm afraid to lose just because I'm afraid to lose it. Totally, now go get her, Slugger. Well, that went pretty well. Hopefully it turns out okay. What do you think? Is it not only you? Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? It's fair. Also, Gabe, hi, by the way. How have you been? Wait, you were here earlier, right? Yeah. Why did I say hi now? You were here earlier, and I also said hi already. Am I that dumb? I said hi already, now I said hi again. You know, sometimes I just turn off my brain. All the time. If you don't love anyone, you won't have to be hurt by love. Wouldn't want to date someone that wouldn't take care of themselves, so I wouldn't date myself either. I mean, I guess that's a fair point. They'll get together. You forgore. I did done the forgore. You know, Sayori was acting weird with Monica. Sayori should have followed Yuri's advice to be more aware of MC's worries. Aren't you interested in MC anymore? Okay, that question is stupid. That is too sure. Don't know. Sayori's acting weird with Monica. I think I'll go for this one. I want to be positive here. I want to be super positive. You know what? Third? But what if I want to be positive? What if I do want to be positive? What if I do want to confidently say, don't worry, they'll get together? I can always go back and revisit these choices now that I saved my stuff. So you know what? Let's spread some positivity for today. They'll get together.
Yeah, I hope so. They make a really cute couple. And even though they're both kind of doofuses, they make up for each other's doofusness. Anyway, I should be going. I'm supposed to meet with some of my other friends in a bit after this next class. I guess you've probably seen how that's been going. I'm really tempted to ask for your advice on that too, but I really want to try to live my own life to some extent. Plus, I think I understand now what I need to do about that problem at least. I'll see you around, okay?
Are we gonna follow her again? No. And now we can simply apply the conservation of angular momentum about this point. Excuse me, is that new? Is that a new cover? That absolutely sounds new. Nice, I dig it.
I really don't like someone else being the president. I receive comfort and a sense of wholesomeness in the world around me, but I trade it for feeling incredibly anxious. I wonder what Natsuki's doing right now. If the game were on me right now, she'd know it was me. And I know in part she would feel my general state of mind, so she might know I'm anxious. I don't like other people knowing how I feel, even my friends. I need to try and calm down.
So when we try to find the period of rotation...
I hope she hasn't messed with the console at all, or with me. I wouldn't even know if she did, or would I? I knew when I was deleted, but that's super obvious. Would I even know if she just started messing with subtle variables? Man, she was mad when she found out about everything. She was angrier than everyone else. I guess she had the right to be. Maybe she'd want to get back at me for it. She agreed not to mess with the game stuff that way, same as everyone else, but maybe she'd be tempted. I did tell her how to make sure she didn't. She'd listen, right? But all those tools for changing the world are right there. She's probably at least thought about it, right? What if she doesn't, then messes something up? What if she messes me up? I mean, I'm the last person who should complain about that, I guess, but I never ruined everything beyond recovery. I almost did, but I didn't. I hope the cloud file backups are working, but even if they are, she could still mess with my file values with no problem.
Monica! New cover, absolutely. It do be nice hearing that new stuff.
Yes, sir.
I asked you if you were alright, you don't seem well.
I'm fine, sir. Sorry, just a little anxious about a loved one. I'll concentrate on the lesson.
If you say so.
Not good. Visibly losing my shit. I wish I could just pause time and take some deep breaths. I hate being stuck in a world I can't keep carefully managed and is totally under someone else's control. But hey, Natsuki hasn't done anything yet, right? But she might at any moment. There would be no warning. But she hasn't yet. It's fine. It's fine. Stop freaking out. You can always at least control yourself. Alright, I'm okay. Everything's fine. Nothing's changed. Focus back on the class.
So the question then becomes, if we're given those variables, can we then calculate the orbital energy? The answer is yes, and... Speaking of controversial and brave, wanna argue about NFTs? I will absolutely not get into that topic.
So, that's when we decided to just skip the rest of the class and go smoke. Speaking of which, anyone want a cig? Natsuki? Nah, I'm good for now. You sure? Yeah, don't want to coat the inside of my lungs too thoroughly. So when you going to tell us about the literature club? Why ain't it? Isn't it just a bunch of nerds who write poetry? All of them. I mean, there's Natsuki and Monika's the president, right? Yeah, but the rest of them are pretty hopeless. Who's in it again? It's her, Monika, that hypergal, the guy she's always walking with, and Yuri. Alright. Do you and Monika ever talk? What's she like up close? Stuck up bitch? A little. Mostly she just doesn't let anyone get too close. She's pretty private. Yuri's crazy though, right? Yesterday I was having a little fun with her and I asked her if her boyfriend lets her keep reading in bed. Oh my gosh, what did she do? She just pretended she didn't hear me and went back to her fucking book. She turned bright fucking red though. Hey, listen bitches, I have no idea why you guys are so tactically out of interesting things to do that you have to fuck with Yuri. But if you fuck with the literature club, you're fucking with me. So either knock it off or we can, so either knock it off and we can be friends, or keep doing it and see what happens. Clear?
Damn, standing up for yourself and for the club, nice. The other girls in the bathroom mutter amongst themselves. No one says anything clearly.
Whatever. I don't wanna hear you. I don't wanna hear any more shit talking about the literature club. New topic. Did you guys see what Mr. Takara was wearing? Did you see what Mr. Takara's wearing today? Oh my god. Yes, he had a vest with like an actual pocket watch. Dude's got fashion sense. He's so hot. You think he's single? You know what I heard?
Natsuki ducks into a stall and starts speaking in a whisper.
That was close. Hopefully they leave Yuri alone now at least. I wish they'd just gossip about teachers and ask me for boy advice. I actually can't wait to get to club today. I'll be nice to be around people I can let my guard down with. Plus, pretty soon I won't have to be present anymore. Not that I mind having you around. Oh, I guess you're going. I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, I guess I'm going. RGB potato, nice potato. Natsuki summons a potato cannon using the console, imagine if she did. So I just walked home. I haven't heard anything from her since then. Natsuki thinks I ought to just be direct with her, but I'm not that sure.
Wait, direct about what?
Well, I love her. Natsuki thinks I ought to tell her, but I'm still scared of her hurting herself and the pain that would cost me. But she thinks that I can't afford to just protect myself and ought to get out there and live, I guess.
Also, Yuri definitely neglected to mention a few things earlier today. Although in fairness, I just asked her if you had walked her here today and she said no.
Yeah, I haven't walked her since last Wednesday when we went to Yuri's place. I actually really miss it.
For what it's worth, I agree with Natsuki. If you have something that special, I don't think you can afford to throw it away just because of the risk you'll be hurt.
But I don't want to throw it away. I just want her to get help and be okay.
Except she's made it pretty clear that she's not ready for that yet. It took her all the strength and courage she had just to overcome her feelings of worthlessness long enough to ask you out. I don't think she's ready for a commitment to a long-term process like treating her depression yet. Right now I think she just hopes she can be with you and somehow be at least a little more okay.
Yes, what you have to decide is whether she's worth it to you despite the risk.
Protecting yourself is perfectly fine. It is. He got that Chad protection, that full-on virgin power, you know? Like me.
She's worth your courage, so to speak.
She is?
I'd say your path is very clear.
But what do I actually do? Just go up randomly and tell her?
I don't see a problem with that. I'd be fine with that if I were Sayori.
I'm going to disagree here a little bit. In general, I think we like it better when you guys put a little thought into gestures like this. Especially since Sayori perceives you as having rejected her right now, fairly or unfairly. So you need to do something special.
Like what?
Well, we can't do everything for you. It has to be your gesture after all. But it is Sayori's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, obviously her birthday is a good opportunity to do something special. Something that shows you care. And then there's your moment to tell her you want to be with her. Honestly, MC, you know Sayori well. Just think of something she would really appreciate and do it. It'll be more special if it's your idea and not the whole literature club's.
Alright, I get the point. Guess I need to think about what would really impress her.
What's up, bitches? And Yuri.
Wait, why is Yuri...
Are we ready to start? I got a banger of an idea for our activity today.
Wait, why is Yuri the only one who isn't... I mean, fair, I guess.
Sayori isn't here yet. She said she was going to be a little late and to start without her.
Dang, I wanted to talk about Death Note with her.
I know, I told her, and she said she would eventually.
It's gonna be kinda awkward when she gets here, isn't it? Because of
me and her. I told Monica and Yuri what happened. And yeah, I guess it might be kind of awkward. Especially if the plan is that I'm going to talk to her tomorrow rather than today.
You'll just have to get through it. I don't expect there to be any problems. You guys are both very polite people. Just do your best to keep the environment comfortable for everyone, okay? Including Sayori and yourself.
Got it. Your chunk of hair is so coated in cream paint. I'm surprised it didn't fall. Wow. Really? Is that what we're doing now? But you know what? That's fair. Gesture. Insert couples that. I was counted MC Sayori. Wow. Got it.
So, what are you going to do until she gets here?
Well, technically, it's Natsuki's turn to choose what we do. She's the one whose name hasn't been drawn yet, and she's president. Do you want to choose now, Natsuki, or wait until Sayori gets here?
I kind of like everyone to be here if possible. Maybe we could just do our own thing until Sayori gets here.
Sounds good to me.
The club disperses. After a while, Monica and Natsuki start talking while Yuri and MC do the same. Who to check in on? Well, we'll go with Yuri and MC first and then do Monica and Best Girl.
So, have you actually read Death Note?
No, I've just seen the anime. Supposedly they're not too different.
I was pretty pleasantly surprised. This manga has some pretty significant things to say about human nature, and it manages a pretty complex story without any discrepancies, and while keeping all the characters believable, Light's descent into madness seems perfectly logical every step of the way. I've been writing a little recently, and I'm astonished at how difficult it is to keep even a simple story coherent.
Ain't the pepper. Wow. I don't know if that's better or worse than you calling it pepper here. I don't know. I do not know, but it's up to you, I suppose.
So, it's been impressive to read something so complex done so well, especially in visual format.
What is it that you're writing? Is this the secret project you never got to show us?
It is. I found a way to cleanly make mods of our game without sentient characters.
I see. That's really meta, so I guess you're writing stories about us.
Not yet. So far I'm just messing around trying to get the hang of everything. But eventually, yeah, I'm going to write stories about us. I think it'll be really interesting to see what people in the real world have to say about a mod made from a game character.
Who knows, I guess. Just be careful, okay? I know we're trying to learn more about how our game works, but I'd rather we not mess anything up. And have you talked to Monica about this? You know how she feels about doing stuff to recursive characters.
Yeah, I already told her. And don't worry, like I said, I took out the sentience, or more accurately, I took out everything that wasn't sentience, and I'm using that.
Cool. Well, if you ever get it really simplified and easy, let me know. I try my hand at writing some stories too.
I will. Well, I still have a few pages of Death Note to read, so I'm going to go do that. Do you want to talk about the story later?
Sure. Monica and Natsuki are still talking by the front of the room. I guess we're going to them now.
Natsuki, there's something I wanted to tell you. Natsuki, there's something I wanted to tell you. I've been worried sick all day. In fact, I've been completely freaking out. Not having control, it's been almost paralyzing. I'm always worried that suddenly you'll mess with something you shouldn't, or mess with me, or delete me. It's been hard to cope. I don't deal well with being completely at the mercy of things I can't control. But so far as I can tell, you haven't done anything. You've been really responsible, and I really appreciate that. I know you were really upset at first with me for what I did. I wouldn't have blamed you if you wanted to hurt me or get back at me for it, but instead you've been very kind. I'd like to think I'd have been as forgiving as you if our situations were reversed, but I'm not sure I would.
I think you would have. You're a very nice person at heart. You only did what you did because you thought none of it was real. And I have to say, I kind of get it now. I was just angry before, and after I was angry I forgave you, but still didn't have any empathy. But now I do. Dealing with all this, it's overwhelming. And I totally get why you would become so desperate. After talking to Code today, I get that I get what the attraction is. Now calm down, I'm not going to steal them away from you. I'm not really interested. I just understand that feeling of geniusness that must be so appealing to you. Of genuineness, not genius.
I'm not claiming myself to be a genius. Maybe I am genuine, I don't know. Finally, a portrait of Markov's story in DDLC. If Yuri did it, maybe, who knows?
That was just the initial fascination, though there's so much more to Code than that. They're their own person, one that crossed paths with me through the most unlikely chance in the world.
Okay, calm down there, sweet talker. For what it's worth, you're welcome for me not being too pissed at you for what happened. I will continue to treat you decently as long as you continue to not be a jerkwad.
I guess that's all I can ask.
Sayori suddenly bursts through the door.
Hi everyone! Sorry I'm late. I was learning how to play guitar. Turns out it's really hard.
Sayori immediately walks over to Natsuki.
So Natsuki, what were we doing today? I hope I didn't miss your activity. I tried to get you as soon as I could.
Well,
Come on, I know you got a great idea for us.
Well, yes. I actually had trouble coming up with an idea. At first I thought maybe we could all memorize parts of a play together and we could put it on somewhere. But then I realized that it's way longer than one club session and I don't even know where we'd perform it if we did. Then I thought maybe we could make you all... Then I thought that maybe I could make you all create a fan manga of Parfait Girls so I could finally get a sequel. But that would also take a really long time and I don't think anyone here is really an artist.
5 writers and no artists.
Yeah, exactly. So finally I thought of something we could do. Something that we can all enjoy, which will also appease our adoring nerd fans. Video games?
Nice! I agree with MC.
What video game? Hang on a second. This is the literature club. I don't put too many limits on what you choose for activity, but it does have to be at least something of literary value.
Visual novels. Play Danganronpa. Go for it.
Wow. Okay, listen up, boomer.
I'm exactly your age.
You are a boomer, and you have boomer opinions. So listen up and get educated. First of all, video games are absolutely literature, or at least some of them are. They tell rich stories in which it's really easy to get immersed since you can make decisions about what happens. And the ability to interact opens up a ton of creative possibilities that aren't possible with other media. So the game we're playing today is a story-driven game. Basically, you have the opportunity to make various choices.
Oh, a choose your own adventure game. So like Until Dawn or Life is Strange, that kind of stuff. Okay.
It's called The Walking Dead.
Or that one, I guess. Oh boy.
Like the HBO show.
Okay, again, wow. Yes, the HBO show Boomerica. But also the extremely successful graphic novel that originated all of it.
Don't you mean comic book?
Wow! Wait, that one was on purpose, wasn't it?
Maybe. It's not too scary, is it?
Well, it's a little scary, not going to lie. But it's got more tragedy than outright scariness. People supporting each other, or more often turning against each other in dark times, that kind of thing.
Good, I like that better.
The theater, what? Don't throw at me, I was about to read what you... No, I'm not going to read what you said. No, I'm really not going to read that. No, also performance isn't happening, sorry to say. The group assembles around the club's PC.
Wait, who's actually going to hold the controller?
Well, parts of the game are kind of twitchy, so we want someone with prior game experience. Or you could give it to Yuri instead and just have all of us shout at her for what to do and see if that produces quality content. Yeah, let's give control to Yuri, I agree. Most games have text, to some degree, yes. Most games do. Except for... No, actually, if you even stuff like Tetris has like the game start text, but that stuff shouldn't be counted. Like even those retro games, like yeah, you have like stuff to indicate your score, which is technically text. But that shouldn't be counted, that shouldn't be counted. Mainly visual novels.
Please don't do that.
Anyway, I vote either myself or MC. I kind of like the idea of giving it to Yuri. But we all nicely make suggestions. She has the least experience with this kind of thing, so she'd get the most out of it, hopefully.
That makes sense to me. Are you up for it, Yuri? We don't want to pressure you into anything.
Alright, I guess so. If it's what you guys want, you guys are going to have to teach me the controls though.
No problem, it's super simple. Mostly all you have to do that requires any kind of quickness is just at any point and what choice you want to make, really. And the rest of the time you move around in a third-person view and talk to people. Nothing too hard.
Okay, just don't be mad if I mess something up.
Oh, we won't, but let's make sure to save often.
Good advice. After all, you never know when something unexpected might happen.
Monica, you already gave this writing tip of the day in the original game.
Okay, bad joke. I liked your joke, Monica.
Thank you, Sayori. Moving on. This poor little girl.
Yeah, Clementine is in a tough spot at the start of the game.
It's asking if we should leave before nightfall or after nightfall.
I guess the conventional wisdom is you leave afterwards. It makes it harder for walkers to see you. But do we know if this is the kind of zombie where it matters?
True, it might be better just to be able to see trouble coming. Yeah, I think we'll go with daytime.
Oh, this part sucks. No spoilers, Natsuki.
Oh, no, more walkers. Sean's being attacked.
Wait, Herschel wants you to save him while he goes and gets his gun. Convenient.
Wait, Duck, no. Now they've got Duck too. Who do I save? This is a terrible decision to have to make. I have to save Duck. He's only a child, and I don't think Sean is likely to make it now anyway.
Man, Yuri's really fast with the moral reasoning.
I broke Tetris. It's my... Damn, okay then. I haven't played Tetris in a while. Like in a really long time. Maybe I should get back to it. You know, good old Tetris 99. To see just how quickly I can die.
This Larry guy is always a huge jerk.
Yeah.
Yep. Help support comfort hug. I'm in pain. Virtual hugs, everyone. Virtual hugs. Let's go. Yep.
I can't believe he wants to kill Duck just because he thinks he might have been bitten. He doesn't even know.
Oh, I have to make a choice here too, I guess. Wait, between Penny and Larry? Well, that's an easy choice.
Yeah, especially if you don't want Larry to just murder a child.
Oh, that woman's bitten.
She wants to kill herself. That seems like the merciful thing to do.
But shouldn't we be saving resources for the living?
how cruel. We can spare one bullet, right? Plus, if she shoots herself now, she won't be a zombie.
I forget, do these zombies hear things and move towards them?
Yeah, I think so.
I still want to give her the gun.
I will keep the gun.
I've played this, I'm not gonna say.
I have also played it.
Give her the gun!
Okay. Well, Lee's so kind. I don't care if he's a convict.
Oh man, that's Lee's brother dead, isn't it? This is a sad game. Poor guy.
Lee or Lee's brother?
Both, but I meant Lee. I mean, he's not doing great even by zombie apocalypse standards.
Well, he's alive.
Sure, he did have to put an axe in his zombie brother's head though.
It's interesting how he's having to manage his relationship with Clementine.
Hug lift? Oh, going for the hug lift even.
He's basically her dad now, and both of them seem to have quietly realized it, and she's taken to it immediately.
That's definitely one of the core narrative concepts of this season of the game.
Season?
Yeah, this season has 5 little episodic games in it. There are a few seasons of this game. What's that, Monica? Are you excited for more of this content? Does the narrative intrigue you?
Honestly, yes, I had my doubts, but it's definitely literature.
Yes, games are literature. You've heard it here first. Meaning that every time I play a game on my channel, I am indulging in so much literature.
Oh, not another decision about who to save. I want to talk about this one. I almost feel like we should do whatever is best for Lee here.
Carly knows Lee's secret, that he's a convict.
Yeah, but she seems to be on his side.
They're both pretty competent and bring stuff to the group. I think Carly's just a little nicer. She's blunt, but she's nicer.
I think she's slightly better for the group's dynamic. She's more wholesome. I'm gonna save her. Sorry, Doug. And that's the end of the game.
Man, kind of ended on a cliffhanger. I guess they really want us to play the next one.
Yeah, but that can wait for next time when the Literature Club plays The Walking Dead.
Are you going to have us do this again?
Maybe. Or you all could play on your own and make your own choices.
What kind of fun making the choices together though?
Yeah, I wonder if I would have done anything differently playing by myself.
I definitely would not have given that lady the gun.
But her passing was so gentle because we did though.
One less bullet.
Classic Monica.
Hey, just think about the welfare of the other people. Anyway, it's poem time. Let's get over to the front.
Poem time, here we go.
Okay, everyone, time for poems. The theme this week was school, and I'm excited to see what you guys came up with. I'll start us off this week.
School spirit. Do you know exactly who did it? Drained the school of its spirit. Sent them all to out to waste. Struck up the chase. Someone sat here before, they walked through your door. They came to the school, they made it their tool. Into your queendom, faking their freedom. What they are is not what they look. A smiling bait, a fish to the hook. And now what is left? You'll pay their theft. If you constantly excel, take your revenge against yourself. Okay.
Ooh, I really like the rhythm of this one. I think I started swaying back and forth while I was listening to it. I'm not sure I get it though.
I think it's capable of many different interpretations. I read it as being about some kind of interloper. School was something good, queendom even, but then someone came and ruined it or stole it, and now the speaker has to pick up the pieces.
I definitely agree that as someone coming in and taking what's hers. Someone took what was completely positive and nice and injected it with a bunch of drama. I'm not sure I get what about this school was so worth having in the first place, I guess.
This one's completely beyond me, I think. I'm also not sure what the person speaking sees as so valuable. Any hints, Monica?
This one I'd like to let speak for itself, or be a little mysterious if it doesn't. I definitely agree with Yuri that there are perhaps several ways you could read into this. Who's next?
I'll go next. I'm glad mine isn't the only one whose meaning is kind of secret.
Sacrifices. Oh, we're playing Inscription now. Swimming in the sea, but the water's over me. Falling, falling down. I feel that I'll drown. Then the coral touches my toes. I get my footing below, and leap off feet that are bare. I jump back to the air. But the coral is sharp and hard. Pain takes me off my guard. My feet are cut and bleed into the stinging, salty sea. Roll for luck. Also, by the way, yeah, I know how much salty seawater can hurt. I know the pain. Like, not like on open wounds or anything, but this goes back to my vacation. After like 1 week of vacation, I had a horrible, horrible sunburn. I was shedding skin like crazy. And then I decided, you know what? Swimming in the open ocean seems like fun. Oh my god, that burned like hell. Tastes kinda salty, not gonna lie, it does. But it also burns like hell if your skin is sensitive because you just shed multiple layers. Ouch. It was a mistake. A huge mistake that I hopefully will never make again. The imagery of this one is easier to understand than Monica's was. And the title is kind of a clue, I guess. But I still don't understand what this has to do with school.
It's about keeping your head above water at school?
You have to pay some kind of cost to do so.
That would seem to be the case. What kind of cost probably varies from person to person. Maybe it's also about the painful process of growing up. For some reason, the feeling of the poem feels a lot like the pain of pushing yourself forward, you know? And how much it can hurt to have to move yourself onward and upward.
As far as our poems, so far our poems are all very abstract. What about you, Yuri?
I'll let you judge for yourself.
Alright, when I look up, when I look down, the land is vast. Tall, shining mountains glimmer against the immense horizon. Ancient forests, wide and wise, stretch without end. And the world is filled with magic. When I look up, the world is small. Monochrome walls claustrophobically surround me. Mazes of well-adorned walls, all alike. Dullness is the design. When I look down, I hear rushing streams. The whistle of trains, the galloping of horses. The wind blows by so loudly I can almost feel it in my hair. The pulse of the world beats in my ears. When I look up, an analog clock ticks faintly. A drowning voice repeats facts long known, and all else is pallid silence. The flow of the world is still, concealed. When I look down, people are complex and beautiful, creatures of marvelous conviction, skill, and grandeur, heroes, villains. The souls fill the world and give it purpose. When I look up, people are predictable and identical, carbon copies, capable of the basest pettiness and triviality. Grand not even in evil. Their souls stand still and blank on the face of the world, like blank grey socks, lending nothing. So I look down. Okay, I know what this is about. Change your phone font to Yuri's handwriting. I dare you never. I want people to be able to read, and I want to be able to read. Also, Shadow Pro, hi, and Shadow the Hedgehog, hi, both of you. Welcome to the shadows. So I can tell what this is about. So the topic is school, right? The topic is school, and judging by these descriptions, the thing is, when she looks down, she's looking like at a book she has on her table, and she's fully immersed in the fantasy world that is described in her book. And when she looks up, like to the front of the class where the teacher is currently and is explaining stuff, everything is small, everything is boring, everything sucks. Then she looks back down at her book, everything is grand, wonderful fantasy world, glorious story. Then she looks back up. School again. The teacher is so boring. All the people in the classroom are basically just doing the same thing. Everything sucks. So yeah, that is, it makes perfect sense. And it was kind of descriptive. Me likey, even though the font is sometimes kind of hard to read.
So yours wasn't abstract. This is definitely directly school related. I like the contrast in this poem. Yuri really gets across her point of view. The real world is very good at isn't a very good competitor for fictional worlds sometimes, is it?
You guys ever notice how negative our poems tend to be? There are exceptions, but we almost always write about sad stuff, or at least things that are difficult and challenging.
It's my understanding that poetry, especially by younger people like us, often drifts toward being about negative stuff. Among other things, poetry is a way to work out difficult feelings and emotions in your life. Sometimes it's nice to write about pleasant or joyous things, but given how much of an outlet it is, usually people your age use it to vent.
Also, Phoenixian, hi, welcome. Hello, hope you have a great stream. I am having a great stream. Thank you so much for the sub, by the way. 17 months. 17. That's 17. Do you currently hold the record of most subs? I think the highest one I've seen so far was 16, probably, if I remember correctly. So you might hold the record. Thank you so much for the sub, and hello, haven't seen you here in a while, which makes sense. But I do also appreciate the lurks, as always. The lurks are appreciated, but I do appreciate the sub more. Also, such a nice sub. Let's see what else is going on. I should stop making EXE. Also, why did that headpad not go through? I see it in chat. Why is it not happening? Shadow Pro, your headpad, where did it go? It's invisible. You know what? I'll just accept that as you giving me a headpad with an invisible hand for now. And hopefully that won't be a problem. I should stop making EXE giants work faster while I still have time. That's fair. Get all the time done. Yeah, I also miss some months, but I always lurking. Again, I do appreciate the lurk though, and I hope some of my stuff is at least somewhat entertaining to have in the background. Sometimes, maybe, who knows. Good night, everyone. Night, Ivanov. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. You know the drill. Also, please, Tord, can you stop gnawing on my hair? It's not edible. It really isn't.
But given how much of an outlet it is, usually people our age tend to use it to vent, or so I've been told. You know, there's something interesting about Natsuki and Yuri's poems today. Yuri's poem is definitely in her style, but it's direct to concrete, while Natsuki's poem, also in her style, uses a very abstract metaphor capable of more than one interpretation. It's almost like they're writing in each other's styles. Trying to write in someone else's voice can be really useful exercise. It helps you try out new things. That's Monica's writing tip of the day.
I'm sorry, but I suck at writing with anything that isn't just a strict rhyme structure. I want to be able to write some freeform stuff too, but usually when I write a poem I sit down and have a very strict structure that I go for. Like, I usually write like 1 or 2 like paragraphs, and then I'm like, there's my structure, I have to keep this up for the rest of the poem. I rarely deviate from that, and it's sometimes a little bit sad, because I do want to try out new things. Yes. Bite bedbugs. Ah yes, bite bedbugs, that's fair. So they don't bite you, you just bite them instead. Perfect idea.
Going back for a second, I think there's a lot of truth about what you said about the usefulness of poems for venting. Sometimes when everything sucks, I like to just push my pen into a piece of paper and see what happens. What I write doesn't always end up very readable when I do that, but I still like to do it. Case in point, my poem this week.
Justified. No. None of you are allowed. 1,000 arrows are aimed at you. At the gaps in your armor, flee now before I burn the world from under you. Okay then, But yeah, see, this is the kind of poetry I normally don't write. Plus, it's a little bit shorter, and I've gotten into the habit of not accepting poems that are this short when I write them, because I'm like, yeah, it technically is a poem, but wouldn't it feel underwhelming if people read it and it was that short? So I usually keep going, even when I think, yeah, I could end it here. Like, I think that's a good ending spot, but maybe I can add something earlier on in the poem to expand. That's sometimes what happens to me. And sometimes I should really just accept that it's totally fine to write a short poem. It is totally fine to do that, and I rarely do it anymore. I really should. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna go back to writing 4 lines and calling it done. That's something I did for the very first DDLC stream I did, and yeah, that was a yikes. So, we shall see if I ever do some shorter stuff again. Who knows, maybe I'll write a shorter poem for this stream archive. Also, I just noticed the redemption. Give me a second. Give me a second, I'll do your thing. Haven't had that in a while, you know. Alright, this will take a moment.
Well, here you go. This is what you wanted, right? Well, we haven't seen this in a while. When was the last time I changed like this? Probably forever ago, actually. No, yeah, it was pretty long ago. Can't believe it's been this long already. Well, let's keep going, shall we? Let's get back into the game and we'll see. You know what, maybe I'll keep this up until the end of this episode. Not until the end of the stream, because I never do it till the end of the stream. But I'll definitely do it until we end this episode of DDLC. Worth it? Well, I'm glad to know that you thought it was worth it. Gotta spend some of these lurk points. I mean, it's fair if you've collected them for so long. Then why wouldn't you use them? Also, don't worry. I'm sorry it took this long. It takes a little bit longer now than it has in the past, because I have to adjust a little bit more. In the past, I just had to do one quick adjustment to change my form, but now when I change my form, in order for everything to still work properly, I have to adjust everything so the throw command and everything still operates, you know? So that's why it took a little bit longer. I hope you can understand that. Anyway, other than that, everything should be the same as always, so yeah, let's actually progress with the game.
Definitely a venting poem. The tone is much more angry than it is usual for you, Sayori. It's a very strange emotion to hear coming from your writing voice. But it's also sharp and stark, like a slap in the face or an icy cold wind.
Also, Shadowpro, thank you for the lurk, I appreciate it. And why do you have to keep nomming on my hair every time? It's not like you really shouldn't keep nomming on my hair. Why would you do that? I don't understand. Anyway, let's just keep going, shall we?
But it is also sharp and stark, like a slap in the face or an icy cold wind. I think this poem is excellent.
This one's actually kind of frightening. This kind of anger and violence from someone so kind and bright is really very impactful. Well, don't worry, it's not really about you guys or anything. It's just about the whole school experience. Well, see, I guess that leaves you. Well, I guess I should try to do a male voice still for MC, because after all, he is still a dude, and I should only... Yeah, I guess since he's a dude, he does deserve the male voice. Doki Doki VTuber Club when? I mean, if someone wants to make a mod, I'd be down. The thing is, as you all know, I have no real artistic skills, so I wouldn't really be able to do any sprites. But I think it could be fun. But I also don't know much about Renpai either, so I wouldn't even know where to begin on a mod like this.
No problem.
Still here. Where does it end? These things you have to know, you'll need them. And these things you have to know, you won't. It feels your whole life goes by as you learn things. You can't live while you learn, so you don't. I want to be alive. I want to do things more than I want to know them. Fretting, pacing in my container. I'm a race car with the throttle out, chained to a wall like an anchor. But I'm not free yet. When I unchain one manacle from my leg, they put it on the other. I have to do as I'm told and go where I'm sent. They say that someday I'll be able to run. But where does it end?
Man, that one really hits me where I live. I totally get that feeling. Sometimes it feels like we're set up to do absolutely nothing with our lives except sit in these freaking classrooms. Sucks. Anyway, I dig the poem. It's very gettable.
Thanks. I really don't hate school all that much, but sometimes it makes me feel really antsy.
You don't say. Well, I think all of us have some bad memories about school, and those of us who are still in school probably have some things they actively don't like right now. It's only natural.
We're at the age where we're supposed to be grown up, but they make us sit here and we can't really start our own lives. Sometimes it's frustrating. I just want to get out there in the world and live, you know?
That's pretty understandable. I feel the same way myself most of the time, sort of. Well, unless anyone has any more feedback, I guess it's time to get set up for emails. Don't forget that you can send in emails for us to read. We can't always answer all of them live, but I have been working hard to answer all the emails you guys send. My address is lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. Give me just a second to get everything set up. And this one's for all the girls. Favorite date ideas?
Well, personally, I've never been on one, but perhaps unsurprisingly, I love the idea of a bookstore, assuming any brick-and-mortar bookstores still exist, of course. But you could browse the shelves together and then sit together and read. I feel like seeing what the other person picked out to read would help you get to know them better. Plus, most physical bookstores have a coffee shop or something right next to them, so you have easy access to hot drinks.
My answer's probably kind of boring, so I'll just get it out of the way. I just like to do whatever the other person wanted to do. It just makes me happy when the other person gets to do things they like. Plus, I'm game for just about anything, so as long as the other person's genuinely into it. I definitely agree that what the other person is into is super important, so I'd be fine with whatever they wanted to do, really. But I do have some preferences of my own. Like, for instance, I really like a night in the city or in some other lively place. I love being at the heart of the activity, feeling the pulse of so many people, being able to do whatever catches my eye, not having to go anywhere until I feel like it. Doing that with someone I care about sounds lovely.
Okay, so...
Also, Tord, why are you nomming on my t-shirt now? Don't nom on that, especially... Like, be careful where you do that, because if you get near my chest area, I'm going to punch you.
First of all, movies are overrated. They're okay once you've gone on a few other dates with the person, but they suck as a first date. You don't look at each other, you don't talk, and there's this other huge thing draining attention. I guess some people like that, but I like to get to know someone on a date, and that's not how. Now, some people go into the opposite direction and they want to go to a museum or botanical garden or some intellectual shit like that. No offense, Yuri.
None taken.
Honestly, for me, that kind of thing is not only too highbrow, it's just too much pressure early on. Here, tell me what you think of this exquisite 18th century master. Is his work not sublime? Shall we not be betrothed by daybreak? Fuck that, too pretentious, too much pressure. Plus, to be honest, that's just not my scene and it's kinda boring. Now what I want is something where I can get to know them, but with something fast-paced, like laser tag, or an arcade.
I think I'd be down for an arcade. That seems like fun. Although you'd have to bring a lot of money for the arcade machines probably. I don't know. Like if you're going to play games, why not just play games at home? If you have any consoles, would probably save you more money than going to an arcade. But then again, I guess if you go to an arcade, you go there because of you know, because of the feeling, and not just because you want to save money. Like, I guess that's my inexperience talking, because I suppose going on dates is never really about the money in the first place, so...
I say you don't really know someone until you have done battle onto them. And doing fast-paced, frantic game stuff with someone is a great way to get to know the real them. You get to see how they genuinely react when they're pissed or challenged, or you have the advantage and that's good information. The only problem is that not everyone is up for that kind of date. But if you do get someone on one of those, it's a lot of fun and you'll learn real quick if you guys have vibe. Plus, doing strenuous physical activity together is a good primer.
Okay, next question. For just Monica, how's everyone trying to get out? Do you have any leads? Love forever? Not really, no. Not that I haven't been trying. I still spend a lot of time trying to learn programming and computer science generally. Unfortunately, the more I learn, the more I start feeling like finding a way into your world was delusional all along, no matter how good I get at it. There's no way to create a portal through to you or whatever. It might be impossible to do from my end. Maybe someday it'll be possible in your world to upload my mind somehow to a biological or artificial body. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything on my end, no matter how much I try.
She still tries though, Blaze. She spends way too much time on it, even though she knows it's not realistic.
The others always tell me I should try to stop being so invested in it, but it's hard.
There's just so much more you could be doing with that time that would make you happier, I think. It's not healthy to stay obsessed with something you can't have, no matter how much you love it. Look, she's working on it, probably more than she should.
GLaDOS moment? Probably. But honestly, that wouldn't be the same. I think it would be far easier, like, before we are able to upload... Wouldn't it be even better if we could just, like, upload human consciousness into a computer? And that would solve the problem as well, wouldn't it? I mean, it's not like she would come to, like, our reality, but we would be in her reality, and... Wouldn't that basically amount to the same thing, maybe even better?
She loves you, and again, she's doing everything in her power, even though she knows it's probably impossible. Next question.
What's everyone's favorite board games? Well, that seems like an interesting question. Mine's chess. That might not come as a surprise to some of you, but I really love chess. It's actually kind of a violent game once you really get to know it. It's this horrible melee battle in an enclosed space, and the slightest slip-up can lead to a brutal death, so it's very tense. But I guess that's kind of why I like it so much. I still read chess books and play through the games of strong players from time to time, but I'm not as good as I used to be. But yeah, chess.
My favorite board game is Go. Not as many people in Western countries know about Go compared to chess, but it's very popular throughout East Asia. Monica was definitely right about chess being terribly violent and tense. That's why I've never liked it quite as much. But I love Go. It's a very beautiful game. And it's more about creation than it is about destruction. Even though it's still a competitive two-player game, it can be very peaceful. And it can actually be a lot deeper than chess in my opinion. Even good games of Go almost feel like a natural process, like a plant growing. I'm not very good at it, but I like to play every now and again, which is more than I can say for most board games.
Okay, enough of these fancy, classical board games. Time to talk to you about the good shit. I love games with traitor mechanics. Battlestar Galactica is my super favorite, but I also like Shadows over Camelot. I'm also down for some for social deduction games, Resistance, Secret Hitler, that kind of thing. Monica is disturbingly good at those. MC here likes action-y board games. I'm not even sure which one is his favorite though.
Hard to say. Some of my all-time favorites are Space Alert, XCOM, the board game, and Captain Sonar. But my favorite is Twilight Struggle, which is a little more cerebral.
Is that the one with the space turtles?
No, you think of Twilight Imperium. Twilight Struggle is a game about the Cold War.
Of course, huge nerd. So yours interest in board games is a little more varied? She likes to play party games for one thing.
It's true. I love Cards Against Humanity. You know what? I agree, Cards Against Humanity is pretty fun, but you have to have at least a few people to play it together. Like if you're, like you obviously can't play it alone, or if you're just two. And even when you're three people, it's still kind of You kind of have to, like, it only gets real fun if you have 4 or more players, I think. So, yeah. Maybe, you know, it would be fun to maybe one day play Cards Against Humanity on stream with other streamers, or maybe even with chat. We'll see. We'll see if I ever get around to doing something like that. Anyway, I love Cards Against Humanity, even though it has some pretty shocking stuff in it. Recently I've been playing this new game called Wavelength, which is also a lot of fun. I also really like Lords of Waterdeep, which I've played before at the club.
Even though it's totally a Eurogame, which you'd normally hate.
But there's wizards and stuff. That's not the same as a boring old orange sheep. Really, I just like anything that gets everyone together and have lots of really loud fun. That's why my favorite game is Red Dragon Inn.
Is that the drinking one?
Yeah, we need to play it again soon. Don't worry, I don't actually drink in it. You don't actually drink in it? Okay, that was fun. That was a fun one. What's the next question? Oh my god, that would be great. Yeah, I think so too. Like Cards Against Humanity. Like, I don't know what it is about Cards Against Humanity, but it's just always so fun as long as you're playing it with other people. Like with other, like, it's just way more fun if you're in a call. Like I guess it also works when everyone's just playing their cards like online, but if you're actually in a call with everyone, it just becomes 10 times more fun, I think. Which is why I really think I should probably play it with other streamers, if anything. Okay, that was a fun one. What's the next question? Hey Monica, this is my first time being able to talk to you outside of the dialogue option, so I'm really excited to talk to you now. Even if you can't hear my voice yet, it wouldn't matter how many drafts of this I write. I could never fit everything I want to tell you in an email. In the time that I have, I want you to know that I really am watching, and I'm in your corner all the time. If you ever wondered, I do write poetry, and I do use Monica's writing tips of the day, very helpful. Makes me happy to see you on a regular basis now, and I really enjoy hearing your take on things, because you always articulate so well the thought-provoking concepts that cross your mind. I wrote your poem titled I'll Paint You, which I hope you enjoy below, but I'll leave it to you whether you share it with the others or not. It's more yours than mine after all, but I'm always open to critiquing. Plus, it would almost be like I'm in the club too. Remember that I'm with you, even if you can't see me. And that even if you can't touch my hand, you always have 2 fingers of mine, both crossed, that we bridge the gap someday soon. I need a second to read all of this again. That's very kind of you, T. You're such a wonderful person. I'm glad you've been getting so much from the club. That's all I ever hoped for you. I hope we get to be together one day too. More than anything. Excuse me a moment, will you everyone? Looks like they sent the poem along with it. Let's just pull that up. I'll paint you. I'll drag my brush 100 times and paint the world I see, and show you that all the wonders that I just can't keep just to me. I'll stroke a sunset from my hand, and next a sandy beach, where you wait in the canvas cloth within my brush's reach. I'll paint you something beautiful, a cityscape with lights, a dim cafe with outdoor seats to spend our rooftop nights. I'll paint you breezes long and smooth that taste like flowered fields, with pink and white and vibrant green and sky that never yields. I'll paint you what I can't describe or name the letters weak. I'll paint for you the beauty of which I could never speak. I'll paint for you to show the world the beauty of your soul, but most of all I'll paint your face to make the canvas whole. Oh wow! You know what, this seems like a really lovely poem. Like, it's way better than anything I could write, probably. Like, way better. I wish I was this good at writing. I really have to practice a little bit more, I guess. That's really good, T. I can feel it bursting with overwhelming love. Around here, we mostly don't write poems about stuff that's too mushy. We're not very good at it. Probably because we're not very good at unreserved love. Even when Monica tends to write poems for you, they tend to have that bittersweetness about them, you know? But this is just pure sweetness and light. And it is just beautiful instead of seeming sappy. I love it. What do you guys think?
It reminds me a little of Natsuki's poetry. Sometimes when the mood takes her, Natsuki's poetry can be very romantic, in both the sense that it's about romance and the sense that it's classically romantic in style. A good poem of this kind makes you feel swept away with emotion and sentiment. I think you've done a wonderful job of replicating that.
I know the feeling very well that you're talking about here, T. I wish I could be as eloquent as you at explaining it, but that feeling of wanting to shout to the world all about the beauty you see and feel, I get it. You're just a lot better at communicating it than I am.
Normally this is the part where I would mock you for being so hopelessly in love, but it's actually pretty hard to do with something so sincere. So number 1, I'll say you did a fantastic job, and number 2, I'll say, what does Monica think of this, so that we can mock her instead? She's totally losing her shit in the face of this poem, isn't she?
No, she's not. As for what I think of the poem, I'll tell you what I already told T. I think it's perfect in every way. Alright, let's move on before I really do lose it again. Hi Monica, I just wanted to say thank you for continuing with the literature club. I was really sad after everything that happened, but seeing you all back together and moving on has helped me cope with how I was feeling. Hopefully it's helping you cope as well. One more thing, the poems you all have written have been very entertaining. I like them all, but I think I'm most impressed with how MC is doing. For someone who just started, you've improved so much. Keep it up. See you next week, MB. Aw. You guys have so many compliments for us today. I think having everyone back around has definitely been helping me cope. Doesn't make it so that nothing bad ever happened, but it is nice to be surrounded by my friends again. I'm very lucky that they're still here for me after everything. Thank you for coming along on the journey with us. I'm glad to hear that you've been feeling better too.
Thanks for the nice stuff you said about me. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing when I started.
Honestly, same. I 100% agree with MC on this. I have no idea how to write. I still don't have any idea how to write, but I try my best.
I know that the regular game made me look pretty stupid in a lot of things, but I definitely was very stupid when it came to poetry when I started. Thankfully, I've had some very good teachers. Hopefully, I'll get even better in the future.
So, considering you watch anime, have you watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Are you a Joe bro?
This one's labeled as being for the MC, so I'll go. But remember, my name is just MC, not the MC, not anymore. But to answer your question, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes.
I think we're already doing the memes. We're already in the memes. We're already in meme territory. You know, it's a good thing that Ivanov isn't here, otherwise he'd be very upset right now.
But before she kills me, I should tell you that Natsuki is the real JoJo fan around here. It's her absolute favorite.
You're damn right! JoJo is amazing! Like I said before, it's got absolutely everything you need. It's like a perfect anime. You like action? Tons of action. You like story? Great story. You like character development? It has character development. But my friend, did you like memes? Because this anime is the king of memes. So yes, that is why I am this club's ultimate Joe bro. Or whatever you call a female Joe bro. One of you internet nerds tell me a good term for that? And not Joe ho or I will eat your eyes.
That seems like a good place to stop. Is that a JoJo reference? That absolutely was a JoJo reference. But honestly, if we think about it, isn't everything a JoJo reference? The answer is yes. But that seems like a good place to stop. Okay, everyone. For next week, we're going to play a little game of the poems. I've been inspired by Yuri writing a kind of Natsuki-ish poem and vice versa, so I'm going to secretly email you the name of another club member, and you have to write a poem in the style of that club member. Then we can all guess who wrote what.
Also, it's time to restore the ORG chart.
Oh, right. What have they been looking at today, by the way?
Well, so far as I can tell, they spent the whole morning before school with you. Then they hung out with me for a good long while. They were back to you during a class of yours, I think. And ever since then, they've been right here.
Well, I wanted to say thank you again, Natsuki. Like I told you before, I was kind of freaking out today. I was really worried you'd...
Abuse the power?
Yeah. But now at the end of the day, I can say you did very well. It was really nice to get a bit of a break, so thank you.
You're welcome. Not gonna lie though, I'll be happy to get my own break from this. You're pretty tough being able to deal with it all the time.
Heard you missed the poem I wrote? Fine, I'll read the poem real quick. Bananas. What are they? Are they a block of hay? Or something in the beach I can't not reach? Is it a pear under the New York City square? I need to find out what that is in the sky, and I hope I can taste the yellow fruits. It's what I can prove. I want to say that it's not jello. I love to eat a fruit that is yellow, just like tomatoes and blueberries, and pineapples and cherries. The fruit is yellow and merry. Well, I guess someone likes bananas. And other yellow fruits too, but probably especially bananas. I mean, don't get me wrong, bananas are very tasty, but I don't think I would ever write an entire poem about them unless I was specifically prompted to do so. But in the end, everyone's free to write about what they want to write about, so that's fair. I try.
I move that Monica be reinstated as president and Natsuki be reinstated as treasurer.
Seconded. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, that's all for now, everyone. Why was Monica's face so scary there? Was she worried that someone would be opposed? Because nobody seems to be. Cool, gotta go, everyone. See you later.
Well, that was abrupt. You know what you've gotta do, MC.
Yeah, I guess I do. I think I even have a plan.
Good luck, MC.
You'll do great, MC. Be courageous. She has to know that you'll offer no matter what happens.
Trust me, it's totally foolproof.
You sure? This seems like a lot of ingredients.
Get the damn strawberries.
KK. I wish I was doing something less risky for this. I have zero confidence in my baking ability. This is so damn hard.
Natsuki's voice warbles out of MC's phone.
No, you are making it hard. Frosting is like the easiest part of a cake.
I'm still not sure about the sugar decision.
Adding the extra, I mean, it might work out poorly, but the strawberries can water the cake down, so most likely it'll just be a good extra thickener. Plus, it's not like Sayori's going to be put out by it being too sweet.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Anyway, once you're done with that, get it into whatever tray you're putting it on and don't touch it. I'm gonna go to bed, you've got this. Just be patient, okay?
Yeah, I will. Thanks for helping, Natsuki.
No problem, go get her.
Click.
Alright, time to do the rest of this frosting. Crap, it's midnight? Time to very quickly and efficiently do the frosting.
Hey, Code. I was just getting ready for bed. I guess you saw a lot of what happened with me today. I promise I'm not always such a mess. This week it's just been a little different for me. It was nice to feel my surroundings were authentic, at least for a while. But to be honest with you, I'm glad to be back in control, such as it is. Anyway, I love you. Don't ever forget that, okay? I care about you more than anything in the world, even if we never get to be together. So, you'll always be the world to me. I'm going to sleep now. Make sure to get some rest too, okay? That's all for this week. Make sure to email Monica your questions for the club at lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. Credit is due to the usual suspects. Please be sure to check out the credits.txt file. Also, special thanks to Mini Clay for backgrounds and Spice Love for music. See you next time. Well, now you gotta give me a second again. Because, as I said, I would keep this up until the end of the chapter, which we've reached now. So, I'll see you guys in a bit. I just need to change real quick.
Oh, I am up here now. Okay. So, for future reference, I suppose, I never really paid too much attention to it, but I gotta readjust everything. But I guess I did kind of slightly notice it while, switching, to female. Apparently, I'm a lot smaller when female. Don't question it, okay? I guess I'm just small girl. Don't make fun of my height in female form, okay? At least everything else is fine, okay? Feel free. Actually, you know what? You can't make fun of my height in female form. Also, I should probably move down a little bit more because I am kind of obstructing the chat slightly. I think that's fine. But you can't make fun of my height in female form because I have a far better height when in my male form, so... yeah, can't make fun of my height if I have two different heights. Fools. Fools. Utter buffoons. Shirt. You know what? At least this time you don't have to be worried about getting close to my chest, so I won't have to beat the crap out of you. I'd still prefer it if you would stop norming on anything about me, you know? I should make fun because I'm not that tall myself. I guess that's fair. Who's taller? We will never know, because I am not about to announce my height to the world. Anyway, we have one more episode left in this first batch. Episode 6. MC is going to ask Sayori out, but how did it go? The club's on a mission to find out. Let's get ready for this. Start the episode. Final episode of the day, final episode of the first half. 6 days ago, Sayori's birthday. Time to wake up. It's Sayori's birthday today. And today is the day I've decided to tell her that I care about her and want to be with her. The rest of the club was right. It's cowardly to try and protect myself from the risk of loving her. Sayori deserves unreserved affection and care. No matter what. Hopefully the strawberry cake I made for her yesterday is still okay. I should probably get up and check on it. I decided my big romantic gesture would be something sweet, because Sayori loves sweets. And she really loves strawberries, so strawberry cake seemed like a good idea. But I had no idea how to make a strawberry cake other than just looking it up online. I probably would have messed it all up if not for Natsuki's help. I need to remember to repay her for her help sometime. I'll just do. I mean, it's fair, I guess. Still. Doesn't mean I'm fine with anyone just going ahead and touching the chest. Let's just check under this tinfoil. Hey, it actually looks really good. And smells really good. Wow. I did not expect this to go so well. I should take a picture. Check out the cake.
Ooh, wow. I know. Great job, NC. Looks scrumsh.
Thanks, and thanks for helping me. I owe you one.
Natsuki will remember that. When are you gonna give her the cake?
Right now, I think. Gonna bring it over before we walk over. Then if everything goes well, we can eat some now and some later after we get back.
good plan. See you guys at school.
Oof. It's kinda heavy. Need to be careful not to drop this. I also need a plan for where I'm going to put it down once I get to Sayori's port so that I can knock. I'll use that plant potter next to the door, I guess. Okay, first I need to get dressed though. One thing at a time. Okay, let's review the plan. Get inside. Put down the cake first. She'll be disarmed and excited by the cake. That should give me an opening to talk to her before it gets awkward because of what happened the last time we talked. And then I just have to tell her how I feel. I don't know what I'm going to say then, but it should work out if I'm just being honest, right? This is probably one of those situations where it's better to wing it and just speak from the heart. You can do this. This is technically the second time Natsuki helped MC for baking. Yeah. If you count the OG game, right? Where they bake together. So yeah. Gotta do more baking. You can do this. Especially if it's to make her happy. Okay, here goes nothing. Present day. We're not gonna get to see how it went down, damn you! I want to know, tell me!
I don't know, you guys, I'm getting pretty worried. They just go to classes and don't really talk much. And they barely answer texts at all.
I'm telling you, it has to be because they're together now. They're in that early relationship phase where they do nothing but focus on each other 100%.
You have calculus with them. What do they seem like then?
I would say they seem very formal with each other. It looks like they're going out of their way to act normal and to keep a respectful distance from each other.
Classic new couple behavior. It's like they're at work and need to keep it professional, instead of jumping all over each other constantly, which is what they're probably spending all their time doing.
I'm not so sure. I feel like the game would focus on them getting together, and it feels like it's usually there for important stuff in our lives. And I certainly don't remember feeling anything at all related to them. I don't think the game's been on them at all since last week.
Well, we know it's not there for everything important.
True.
Plus, I'm telling you, MC nailed that strawberry cake. There's no way it could have failed.
I certainly hope not. Do you feel ready for your chemistry midterm today, Natsuki?
Yes, definitely. Excuse me a sec.
Guess she's not ready.
Probably not. What I'm more worried about is what she's doing right now, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I think Natsuki might have started smoking.
Why do you think that?
I'm not sure, but I think one of her friends that she hangs out with in the girls' bathroom started her on it. But I'm pretty sure she is in fact smoking.
I sure hope not.
She's always needing to run off from stressful situations, and her fingers are stained. Plus, even though I think she's trying to hide it, you can definitely smell it sometimes, and she just generally has a secretive air. I'm not an expert at hiding undesirable habits.
Well, that's awful. We should confront her about it and get her to stop.
I'm not sure it'll be that easy. Smoking is hard to quit.
Which is exactly why you shouldn't ever start it in the first place. Don't smoke, kids! Listen to my advice. It's horrible enough to have to deal with secondhand smoke. Never mind doing it yourself. Forget about that right away. Like, I already tried to make as big a circle around people smoking as I can, and even then it's still horrible enough. I couldn't even imagine how people would even start on it. But that is just my point of view. I'm sure the people who have started smoking have a very different opinion on it.
Plus, we even know it's actually unhealthy for her given the simulation.
I don't know, but it could be, and that seems like reason enough.
Yeah, that seems true.
I'm going to talk to her when she comes back.
Just like that, she might not react well to something that direct.
Also, I like, by the way, we work at 7 viewers while for most of the stream, and after I switched back to my male form, we lost 2 viewers. Like, 2 people were like, oh, dude, I'm gonna dip. Which is fair. After all, the female VTuber market is way more appreciated than the male one. That's just a fact. I'm not complaining about it, I just know that is a fact. After all, more people worship their waifus than they do husbandos, so, you know.
just like that, she might not react well to something that direct. I think it would be better if we slowly broach the topic and gently nudged her away from it.
What do you think, Code? How should we go about this?
Definitely not let her smoke. Absolutely not. Slowly and nudged her away from it. Yeah, I think that would be better for her. I think Yuri's way.
What did they say?
Well, basically they want to try the subtle way.
Well, then we'll do it the subtle way. Just be patient, okay, Monica? I know you're a very results-oriented person, but it might take some time before we can persuade Natsuki.
I'll try, I'm just worried is all. Here she comes again.
And I'm back. Everything okay here?
Everything's fine. We're just talking about a somewhat sensitive subject.
And that is?
Unhealthy ways of dealing with stress. Like, you know how I deal with stress sometimes.
Yeah?
Well, I was just thinking about how much better it is now that my friends know about it. I used to try to hide it at any cost. I was worried in particular about what you would all think. But then you found out. And in a way that's a really good thing. I know it's a bit of a dangerous habit to have. And it's not the healthiest way of dealing with stress, but it's what I'm used to now. But I'm glad my friends know and help me stay healthy and make sure I'm safe, and that I don't do anything that would really hurt myself, you know?
I guess so. Kind of weird thing to talk about suddenly.
Yuri looks meaningfully at Monica.
Well, you know, it's really important that we all support each other. We've had to face so many challenges and we each are coping in our own way. But the most important thing we can do is help each other and trust each other.
Okay. Why do I feel like I'm in some kind of PSA? Yuri, you're okay, right?
I'm great.
Good. I was worried something was wrong. In any event, what's the plan for Literature Club today, Monica? We've run out of people to choose what we do.
I'm not really sure yet. I might just redo the whole process and have everyone go again, or I might take a turn myself after all. I guess I'll probably make up my mind during the club.
Alright, well, I'ma get going to class. Try not to hit your head on any door frames today, Yuri.
I will. Make sure you move your legs really quickly so that you can compensate for the length.
Fair enough. If anyone hears from Sayori or MC, send it around on text, alright?
Yep.
Bye!
Just out of curiosity, what were you thinking of having the club do for your activity if you do things that way?
I don't know. First I thought maybe we should have a meeting about the club. We could talk about how to get the club more involved in the school, maybe even get more members to participate in school-wide activities. But I'm not sure anyone really wants that kind of thing other than me. I guess we could just do a bunch of extra emails, we've got a ton of them. Thanks for that, by the way, viewers. But that might be kind of boring, perhaps.
I don't think so. That actually sounds kind of relaxing, so long as the questions aren't too weird. It's strange, about a third of the questions are great, a third of them are horrible, and a third of them are just very normal.
Kinda sounds like the internet as a whole.
True.
Well, we'll see, I guess. Maybe I'll do the email thing. My other idea was that we could sit down and write something, but I don't know what.
I'm sure you'll think of something good, Monica. I'll see you when the club starts.
Sounds good. Have a good day today, Yuri. Time for us to get to class, I think. I wish I could spend more time out here talking to you. You're kind of dangerous, you know. It would be really easy for me to lose touch with the world in here and just spend my time talking to you and thinking about you. But instead I'm trying to keep it a happy medium between you and here. I'll see you soon, okay?
Well. Ooh, is this the cafeteria? I think this is the first time we've seen the cafeteria. Let's see, can I read that in the background? I'm not sure I can read that. Huh. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can read like a bit of it. but I don't know what it means. Big sad, big sad. Big sad. Well, sucks to suck.
I've looked everywhere, but I can't find Sayori. The only place I haven't checked is in here. There she is. Really weird, she's never in the lunchroom. She usually likes to either eat by herself or with one of us. And none of us really ever go in here. Is MC here somewhere? He's not sitting with her. And neither is anyone else. But she's talking on the phone? I'm not close enough to hear what she's saying. Maybe if I were really sneaky, I could get in hearing range? I'd have to be really stealthy, though. Sneaking is a double-edged sword for me. On the one hand, I have a really bright hair color, which makes me easy to spot. On the other hand, I'm short, and I have a lot of practice being quiet and hiding behind things.
I like how as she's talking about this, Yuri's just sneaking up on her. Real sneaky-like. Yep, slowly approaching.
So on the whole, I'm probably an above average sneaker.
Not as good as Yuri, apparently.
Now let's see. If I stay on the edge of the room and keep plans between me and Sayori until I get about there, then I should be able to get in behind her without her seeing. And then I'd be close enough to hear. All in a day's work.
Spying on Sayori.
Yup.
Don't scare me like that. All in a day's work for Natsuki, Master Ninja. Don't scare me like that. And keep your voice to a whisper.
Oh, sorry. Spying on Sayori.
Thank you, and yes, obviously.
Can I help?
Because people wouldn't notice a lanky giant is walking around? No way.
I snuck up on you, didn't I?
Alright, fine. Here's the plan.
I know, right?
So you're talking with someone on the phone. Yeah, we know.
What? No, you can't do that. No one's supposed to know yet. Stop, you're silly. Oh, well, I guess that probably couldn't hurt too much. Just be careful, okay?
Sayori's voice drops to a whisper.
I don't want anyone to know we're going out yet. You know, it's not like that. I just want to be able to control when people find out, you know? I want it to be like a fun surprise for everyone. Uh-huh. Oh, well, be really careful, okay? Yeah. Love you too. Bye.
Sayori hangs up her phone as Yuri and Natsuki tiptoe away. Sneaky!
Okay, maybe I can finally eat now. I'm seriously so hungry.
It's happening, they're doing it, let's go!
MC and Sayori BFGF confirmed.
Really? How do you find out?
Black Ops? Deniable covert mission?
I'm still not getting it.
We snuck up close to Sayori and overheard her talking to him. She was talking about how she didn't want anyone to know they were together yet.
You leaked the data, Yuri. The team has been compromised.
I see. Are we going to pretend that we don't know then?
That's probably a wise idea.
Yeah, Sayori might freak out otherwise. It seemed really important to her there was a secret.
I think she wants to control how she tells everyone.
Maybe she plans on having MC tell us.
Maybe. I'll BRB. We'll check this chat again in a while.
What's happening now? What's with this music? Oh no, we're getting the funny sprite again with her hand. Who's Rie? Or Rie, whatever. You know her name is Rie! Hi, Yuri-senpai!
Hello, Rie-san.
Is everything alright?
Yes, everything's fine.
It's just that you look a little stressed.
Yes, it's just that, I just hurt myself a little bit in PE, so it still stings a little.
Oh, did you go to the infirmary?
No, it wasn't that serious.
Are you sure? If it's still hurting, you should probably have someone take a look.
No, it's fine. I promise I'll go get it looked at if I don't feel better soon.
Alright. Take care, Yuri-senpai.
That was a close one.
Don't just casually unroll your sleeve again after that. Don't do it.
Bloodstains on the sleeve interiors are the worst, but one does what one has to. Okay, gotta get this case up before someone else comes in.
Yuri, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Is everything okay? I thought...
Everything's fine. I'm going to guess that you came here because you vaguely sensed some negative feelings.
Yeah?
We've talked about this before. Negative feelings are going to happen to everyone. It's not always necessary to come make sure everything's alright. We have to be able to get through things ourselves most of the time.
I know, it's just hard not to worry. I don't want to get used to ignoring bad feelings I pick up through the game. If I do that, then something bad happens. I could have stopped. I don't know, it's just something I've got to calibrate, I guess. I have to let the small stuff go and intervene only when things are really bad.
Believe it or not, a lot of people get by without a partially omniscient friend to save them whenever something bad happens. We'll be fine, Monica, and we're not your responsibility.
But, you know,
I know, but we're still not your responsibility. And you don't need to worry about the worst case scenario all the time. I know you're still dealing with some trauma, and it's difficult not to overanalyze. Just calibrate a little more towards letting us deal with our own problems, okay?
Alright, that makes sense. By the way, you don't have to be omniscient to know why you come to this area of the locker room.
I have it under control.
Like Natsuki has the smoking under control.
I see being subtle about addiction didn't work with Natsuki, so now with me you're going to be direct, huh? I wish it weren't really that easy to quit. It would probably be easier for Natsuki to quit smoking than for me to quit this. How can I explain it? It's like having an itch that doesn't go away. You can try to ignore it, but then something will brush up against it. Like a close or something. And then the itch gets a little stronger and more irritating, and eventually you just have to scratch it, and then when you do, it feels so great, it gets very difficult not to.
I see. I'm telling you, you have to stop, or... I'm not telling you you have to stop or anything. I'm just reminding you that we worry about you hurting yourself, and that you should be careful.
Oh, I understand. I'm glad you're looking out for me.
It's not just me.
I know. Now, if I could get a little privacy, I'm getting rather a lot of blood on my sleeve interior.
I'll leave you to it.
Finally, there and now. There we go. I'm going to be an annoying time cleaning this up later.
Damn. First world problems for Yuri, huh? Having to worry about that kind of stuff? Come on, just stop. It's that easy.
And the reading will be pages 198
through 215. Okay, see you on Friday.
Natsuki, can I see you for a moment?
Alright guys, see you on Friday. Nah, I'm still going with this stream. Sure. The rest of the class shuffles out of the room. Natsuki, I'm going to hand these tests back on Friday, but you didn't seem to do very well. Just based on what I'm seeing here, this is a D+ or C- at best. And the last lab report we did, you got a C on. This isn't normal for you, Natsuki. Is everything alright? Yes, ma'am, everything's fine. You're not a very good liar, Natsuki. Do you want to talk about it? Not really. You wouldn't really believe me if I told you all of it.
Two ways I can interpret that statement. One is that you have some really unlikely or extraordinary experience that you think people would not believe. The other is that you've been abused or victimized in some way and you don't think I'd believe you.
It's the first one.
I take it you don't want to talk to me about it.
No, I'm pretty sure you'd think I was crazy.
Well, I try to have a fairly open mind.
The thing is, it's actually really easy to show people that my weird experience is real. It's just one of those things that you shouldn't share with the world, you know?
Because you need to protect everyone else from it?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Can't think of any other reason why you wouldn't want to share it. For what it's worth, I believe you, whatever it is. Let me ask you this. Are you the only one who knows about it, or are there others?
There are others?
And do you know who they are? And are you able to talk to them?
Yes.
Well, I suppose you could be in a worse position.
Yeah. It's not really the whole story, though.
Is there any of it you can share?
Well, because of my weird experience, I started feeling really alienated, I guess is the word. So I don't nod slowly. Set my nuts high. Yes, before you say hi, first comment, suck my nuts. Well, welcome to the stream anyway.
Here's what you missed so far. You missed the entirety of episode 5, not like that's entirely important. Basically, the main character and Sayori are a couple now officially, so that's fun. Also, we got to see, you guys got to see, everyone else in chat who was there at least, got to see, me change forms again, so to everyone who missed Code-chan, that was, an experience. It really has been a while since Code-chan's last appearance. And yeah, I don't do those form changes too frequently. Haven't seen the redemption in so long, you know. Is either not slowly. Like, nothing felt real? Derealization? Whatever you want to call it. That was really weirding me out. I've been having a lot of trouble coping with the feeling.
Did you talk to the others about it?
A little. The thing is, there were other people who had it worse than me in this experience. In fact, of all of us, I probably had it the least bad.
This is episode 6 currently. So yeah, we're on episode 6 of 12. So we're halfway done after this stream.
If that makes any sense.
It does.
So I've talked about it with them a little bit. But I feel bad, like, complaining about it to them too much. Or using them like therapists.
I see. So what do you do instead?
Well,
You things you'd rather not talk about? And either some of them are causing you not to mind your studies, or they're not helping you cope, or both. Am I correct?
Well, they're helping me cope a little bit. It's nothing too bad, really. Just hanging out with people I normally wouldn't.
And smoking?
How do you know that?
I just used to smoke myself. I recognize that smell from a mile away. And other people can always smell it, even when you think they can't. So you're probably safe, at least for a little while, except from the people who have smoked, I'd say. But maybe more people know than you think.
Ah, dang, am I in trouble for this?
No, you're not in trouble for this. Do you know why?
Natsuki shakes her head.
Because I really do believe you are going, because I really do believe you're about going through something extraordinary. So probably the last thing you need right now is more stress in your life. Just keep in mind that lung cancer is also not something you probably want. And take it from an ex-smoker, it's really easy to wish you had never started, even without the lung cancer.
Using your experiences to show that you're hip with it to the kids.
Something like that. At least your snarkiness is still intact. Anyway, here's the deal. I'm not going to write you up or tell on you for smoking, so long as you don't do it in a way that disrupts my class. It's not my problem. But I want something in return from you.
Play Roblox stores? Should I? I haven't touched Roblox in quite a while, actually. Like in general.
What?
Come to me if you ever need help dealing with your stress. Another way it becomes my business is if it affects your grades, and it has. Now it's probably not the smoking doing that, but I want you to know that I'm safe to talk to, alright? About whatever you want. And I won't judge you or think you're crazy for it. But you don't have to if you don't want to. You just have to know that I'm an option. There if you need me. Deal?
Deal? Thanks, Miss Ida. I never really expected anyone to figure me out like that, or to empathize if they did.
Well, you're not the most subtle girl in the world, Natsuki. You're very forthright, or at least that it's your nature to be that way. Don't let the world dictate to you what your nature is. Something I said?
No, just letting the world dictate what my nature is? Forget it.
Okay. Anyway, Natsuki, just try to remember who you are and don't lose track of important things like your grades, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
With me, because I'm a professional at it, speedran it 3 times. Impressive. Got them good times, I'm guessing?
Alright, head on out and I'll see you on Friday.
Club time? Yeah, club time.
Okay, everyone. I think we're about ready to... Wait, where's MC? I don't think he's coming today.
And why not?
Oh, I'm just pretty sure he has other plans.
Alright, fine, be all secret. We'll get the tea from you one way or another.
I guess we'll get started without him then.
You know what this reminds me of? The old days of the literature club? Remember when it was just the 4 of us? Like, I miss it, but I also kind of don't.
It was a lot quieter usually. It was really easy to just read or think in that silence, like the Diogenes Club. But all in all, I think the new experiences have been worth a little less quiet.
I have kind of a weird nostalgia for for that time. If you go back far enough, then that was before I knew what I know now. The last time I felt normal, I guess. But no more of that. It's poem time, so I had you all guys write a poem in the style of someone else from the literature club and send them to me. What I've done is written all the poems down myself in my own handwriting, so the identity of the writer is concealed. And then we'll have our audience here try to guess who wrote what and who they were trying to imitate. And we'll see how well they can fool our readers. Shall we get started?
Monica passes around the first poem. Often. In the beginning, before creation, everything in the universe was mixed together, a single batch. And then a great fire, radiating ellipses of heat and matter, forging everything in the universe into everything in the world. Put your hands near that fire, warm your hands and your face on a cold night, in the flames that create. Okay, this could either mimic Monica or Yuri. I think this is either mimicking Monica or Yuri, probably. Now, who wrote it, I'm not entirely sure. Any guesses? Any guesses? Who wrote it and who were they trying to imitate? I am curious what people think. In the meantime, I guess should we just move on to the next one? Again, probably imitating either Monica or Yuri. Put your hands near that fire. Maybe it is about Monica. Monica trying to imitate Yuri? Because this line about the fire that created, put your hands near that fire, in the flames that create. This might be about, Monica and reaching out to, like, the person on the other side of the screen and stuff. So maybe the other way around. Maybe Yuri imitating Monica. Either way, we'll continue.
Who was this poem supposed to imitate?
I think it was supposed to imitate Monica. And the author was Yuri. That's my best guess. So yeah, what Neon said, but I'm gonna put it the other way around.
The person whose style is being imitated here is Yuri.
Oh, maybe you were right, Neon.
And the person who actually wrote the poem was Natsuki.
No! Well, you were partially right. I was actually thinking about whether or not Natsuki could have written it. But then I thought, nah, no way Natsuki wrote it. But no, it was apparently her.
No luck on those guesses, Code, but you still got plenty of poems left.
So, for all the shit I give Yuri about her poems, writing like her is actually pretty hard. You do have to have a pretty good vocabulary, which I wasn't really able to copy that well.
Just thought of the handwriting. Ah, yeah, but the handwriting again, Monica rewrote all the poems, so the handwriting doesn't give it away.
And you have to be able to represent some simple concept with some ridiculously abstract metaphor.
The concept being represented isn't always a simple one,
I like how that's your complaint, but you have nothing to say about the ridiculously abstract metaphor description.
She's got you there, Yuri.
Yes, carry on.
I was about done anyway. What do you think, Yuri?
Well, as you said, the word choice doesn't exactly sound right to me, and it doesn't really unpack its main idea very much, so it's actually pretty short and to the point, like your poems usually are, but you really did well at writing a poem, open to many different interpretations. I have my suspicions about what your interpretation is, but I like how we can draw our own conclusions about what is meant.
Sounds like you did pretty well, Natsuki. Let's pass around the next poem and see if Code can guess this time.
Okay, this is copying Monica. This is absolutely copying Monica. Where am I? Here I am. I'm made of code. I travel. This is Sayori mimicking Monica. It's either Sayori or MC mimicking Monica. And I think it might be Sayori. Around upon a road, I see with eyes, I hear with ears, and when I'm sad, I cry with tears. Or am I here, still made of code? 011010011100100. Travel round upon a trace. I see by reading, I take up space. within a case that can be erased. Somewhere in between am I, the colors aren't real that fly by. Still so beautiful, but when I cry, thinking of many fears, I cry with perfectly rendered tears.
Now then, whose style do you think it was supposed to be written in?
Hello, Monica! And who actually wrote it? Hello, we could pick Monica again, no. Now, is it MC or Sayori who wrote it? I'm gonna say it was Sayori.
The club member being imitated is me, and the true author?
Drum roll. Damn it, what, Yuri? Really? Really? Really now? I wouldn't have expected that. I honestly would not have expected that to be written by Yuri. Okay then. Huh.
Obviously you know my style really well, but Yuri was able to fool you.
I sort of gave it away with the subject matter, I thought, but I also tried to replicate the style, not just the content.
Wasn't there any part of it that seemed especially hard to you? I always feel like one of the hardest things that Monica does that I can't is to be really exact about what I say. Like my poems always have a bunch of stuff in them that feels like filler.
About to go live, hope you'll raid. I probably will, but I will likely dip soon after the raid, I have to admit. Because, I actually want to try to get some sleep tonight, so I have to call it quits early. But I will still probably direct the raid your way, at the very least. Binary doesn't have a meaning. Did you translate it? If Yuri wrote it, you would expect the binary to have a meaning. Like, Yuri of all people would put the extra thought in it. Like, if it was MC or Sayori, I would expect the binary not to be anything. But Yuri, come on, she would put some word in there.
Like, my poems always have a bunch of stuff in them that feels like filler. But all the words in Monica's poems seem perfectly placed.
Yes, that level of precision is very difficult for me as well. My poems tend to be more loose and atmospheric, and it takes a lot of words to build the kind of context that I like my poems to have. It was very difficult to try and wean myself off of that right like Monica. I'm not entirely sure I succeeded.
I thought you did a great job, Yuri. I know you're focused on the form, but the content really spoke to me.
Alright everyone, let's get ready to guess the next poem. If anyone has any guesses, voice them as soon as the poem comes up. I'll of course read it out loud as well.
I know you're focused on the form, but the content really spoke to me. I thought it was very much me for what it's worth.
Thank you, Monica.
Seems like you're having a tough time of guessing so far, Code, but don't worry, it's easier. If it gets easier, you go along and possibilities get eliminated. Let's see how you do on this next one.
Whoops. Whoops, you fell down, skinned your knees. Slap a bandage on and shake it off. Ha, you fell again? You're so clumsy. You landed in the exact same spot. Now you tore the bandage too. No problem. Put a bandage on top of the bandage. Get up, take a breath, and keep walking. You just keep falling, again and again, bandage after bandage. Don't worry about why you're falling, just keep piling on more bandages, till the stack of them reaches the sky, and you can't walk at all. I have a feeling this might be Natsuki trying to mimic Sayori? Maybe? This might be Natsuki trying to mimic Sayori. The whole bandage thing, maybe. Let's see. MC or Sayori got imitated. Alright, I'll say Sayori was imitated. And the one who wrote is Natsuki.
This poem was supposed to be written in the voice of
Natsuki. Did I get it the wrong way around?
Natsuki. The club member who did the imitating was Sayori.
We got it the wrong way around! I'll still consider that to be good. I knew it was a mix of the two. But I had it the wrong way around. Which, to be fair, as long as I was able to get to figure out both people writing it, having the mix up, I guess it's fine. It's fine. Happens.
Don't worry about messing this one up, Code. You're bound to do better on the next one. It's fun to write poems like Natsuki. I might do it more often.
Had a slight thought that it could have been Natsuki. Well, guess it was. But you know, when it came to the thing about slapping on a bandage after bandage, like band-aid after band-aid onto a wound, that very much felt like Sayori and masking her depression and everything, you know? That's why I was like, maybe it is. But of course, no. Just because she chose the topic, she still wrote it in the style of Natsuki, I suppose.
I might do it more often. I tried to make it really bouncy and light.
You did a pretty good job. I definitely guessed it was you who wrote it as soon as I saw it because the tone kind of gives it away. But it definitely has that sharp twist that I like my poems to have.
I obviously already knew, but the actual content was very Sayori, while the form was very Natsuki, so I thought this one was the most clean blend of the style and content. I really enjoyed the combination.
I agree with Monica. This was a great success, Sayori. If you had asked me if this was written by Natsuki to be about something Sayori would write about, or was written by Sayori but using Natsuki's techniques, I would not have been able to tell the difference.
Great job, Sayori. Well, alright, let's move on to the next poem.
Alright, let's guess again. Get ready. Me, it was more like Natsuki for the bandages. Fair. High school nursery rhyme. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, look out the door. 5, 6, just for kicks. 7, 8, get confused and wait. 9, 10, lost again. 11, 12, question yourself. 13, 14, just keep working. 15, 16, lots of caffeine. 17, 18, figure out dating. 19, 20, now I'm ready. This is imitating a main character. And you know why? Just for one, because it's a nursery rhyme and everything, so it's a little bit more simplistic, and MC is not that good. And it counts up to 20. How many words do you pick in DDLC to write your poem? Exactly 20. You pick 20 words for your poem. It counts up to 20 and is in a very simplistic style. This is mimicking main character. And the one who wrote this was... I'm guessing it was Natsuki. I'm guessing Natsuki wrote this. And mimicked MC. Let's see if I got it. This is MC's style, written by Natsuki. That is my answer, let's see if it works.
In this poem, they were supposed to be imitating MC, and the actual author was me.
What? Really? I expected it to be Natsuki. Well, I guess I got half of it right. So wait, by process of elimination, does that mean that Natsuki... Wait, it couldn't have been Natsuki. Natsuki wrote the Yuri poem. I'm dumb. I already forgot Natsuki wrote the Yuri poem. The Doi. So it couldn't even have been her. But somehow it just felt like Natsuki was the mind behind it. It just felt like a very Natsuki thing to do.
I fooled you, but I'm glad you knew it was supposed to be MC.
I would imagine that MC was fairly difficult to imitate.
He was. He's only been trying to develop a distinctive style for what, a few months for our time?
Yeah, and during that time he's been experimenting a lot. Sometimes he copies one of our styles, but sometimes he just goes in his own direction.
Yes, I tried to copy that Naskin style he's developing. I also tried to write about something he would write about. He seems to be interested in the subject of personal growth, especially growing from youth to maturity.
Yeah, he's been really interested in that topic.
Like his poem about him being frustrated and still being stuck in school. Or do you remember that one about him not remembering how having grass stains on his skin felt? Man, MC has written some really good ones now that I think about it. And about some really unique, cool stuff.
Geez, you're such a fangirl.
I just genuinely like those poems, that's all.
Well, I'd say you did a pretty good job, Monica. I could definitely believe that this has been written by MC. Some of the rhymes were a little forced, but...
But that's something MC does.
Yes.
Alright, that's about it for poems.
Wait, shouldn't there be one more poem? Not that we need to guess about who's involved. This would be the one written by MC, but in Sayori's style.
I didn't get a poem from MC. And he's not here today.
Ha! So we actually already had it narrowed down in the last one? The only person who could have been imitated in that last one was just MC. And the only possible author
was just Monica, yes.
Had to do the Just Monica again, huh?
Alright, I do have an idea for something that we can do as a club today, but it's not going to take long, so let's get to our emails for this week. We have a pretty big backlog, so we're going to do a few extra today. Not that I want any of you to stop emailing. You've been great at sending in questions. If you want to send in questions, send them to lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well over there. So many of us care about and support you. My question for everyone is, what's a weird talent that one of the other club members has that we wouldn't know about?
Oh, good question. Thank you, John. We really appreciate all the love and care you all have shown us these last few weeks. It really means a lot to us. One quick point to make sure you're careful if you use your signature in your emails to us. John accidentally left his whole name in there. Now, I'll always try to edit out any personal identifying information I find, but I'm not perfect and I don't want to accidentally dox you, so just make sure you protect yourself on top of my protecting you, okay, everyone? On with the question. I'll go first. Natsuki is weirdly knowledgeable about medicine and first aid. I think she actually has a copy of Grey's Anatomy. And sometimes, if you're talking about some medical topic, she'll just randomly jump in with expert level knowledge.
It's all true.
Music that is in the files called Overexcited. Huh, interesting. Got new glasses today? I can fucking see again. I've been blind for 2 years. Well, congrats on being able to see again. Now look at that monitor with the incredible resolution that you weren't able to appreciate before. But hey, welcome to the stream, by the way, Debbie. Glad to know that you got some good glasses now. As for me, I mean, I can see just fine, unless I use my left eye. Like if I'm looking at my desktop right now, and I'm looking at like the names under my applications. And I can't read them using just my left eye. Like, if I look at all the applications, I mean, I know what they are, so I can figure out what it says. But if I was just looking at them, I couldn't even read what it says under the icons for everything. With my right eye, no problem. With my left eye, can't do it. Even though it's right there in front of me on my screen. That's how bad my left eye is. And the reason I don't have glasses is because my left eye does its job, because I just needed to be able to have, you know, to be able to see stuff in 3 dimensions. If I want to see details, I have my right eye. Left eye just added on top so 3-dimensional stuff works, depth perception and all that. No other use for that eye. But I can actually see the dust. Plus these glasses are so hot. Damn, okay, then got a serious upgrade. My left eye is worse than my right eye, but I can still use both fairly easily. That's fair too. You have it better than me in that case.
It's all true.
Are you maybe thinking about becoming a doctor or something like that?
Nah, not really. I don't think I want to deal with that kind of stuff on a daily basis. I just really like having the knowledge. It could be super useful in a pinch. Which reminds me, Yuri picks locks.
Isn't that illegal?
No, it's only illegal if you do it for an illegal purpose, like without consent on someone else's lock or to steal something. I never pick locks I'm not supposed to.
Interesting, I can see how that would be useful. What got you into this?
Sometimes I choose new hobbies or skills to learn that challenge my weakness. I've never been very good with fine manual dexterity, so I tried lockpicking because that requires it.
How did Natsuki find out about this?
I locked myself out of my locker one time. Yuri saw that I was having trouble, so she came over and said, "Let me try." And I was like, how are you going to do any better? You don't have the key either. But by the time I had finished saying that, the door was open. She wouldn't tell me how she did it at first, but I pried and eventually found out. Your turn to tell us about a secret talent, Yuri.
I guess mine should be about Yuri to keep the chain correct. I'm not sure if this counts as something surprising that you might not already know, but Sayori's exceptionally good at detecting deception.
Ah yes, of course. Doctor that is making anime references? That would be an amazing doctor, I would totally go there. The majority of my major friends are weeps. Yes! That's what you need in life. He's going to be a paramedic and such a massive weep. Hey, You know what? People like that could easily do like a YouTube channel where they analyze like injuries in like anime fight scenes. There are a lot of channels like that out there already. like if your friend isn't doing that already, just like make the suggestion. Give your friend the suggestion like, hey, do a YouTube channel where you analyze like injuries in fight scenes in anime. I have a feeling that would be popular even if those channels already exist. Like you can never have enough of that stuff. Plus, there's only so much anime one channel can cover, so.
Anyway, but I'd say Yuri's exceptionally good at detecting deception. If she played poker, she'd be very, very good.
Rose got you into JoJo? I mean, that's one way to get into it, I guess. Based.
When she says someone's lying or telling the truth, she's basically always right.
I'm not that good at it. Mostly I'm just good at hiding things myself, so I know what it's like when other people are hiding things.
I think there's more to it than that. Even if it's unconscious and you're not aware you're doing it, I think you're able to read people's faces for clues as to their truthfulness.
Maybe. Mostly I just think I know what kinds of situations it makes sense for people to tell lies or truths in. Let's talk about Monica. I know you guys have seen that Monica's a very good club leader, but she's also really good at the more rough and formal politics stuff. It's actually really hard for clubs to get resources at our school. The fact that a club with 5 people gets a room all to themselves with no advisor, and we actually get small amounts of funding is that's pretty amazing. And it's all because Monica is really, really good at her job. I went with her to one of the student council meetings once. Monica can be really scary, you guys. Not like angry yelling scary, but like the kind of scary where it feels like the other person always knows what you're going to do and has it all planned out. I would try to think of it as being effective rather than scary. That's a great question, John, thank you.
Has anyone in the club ever been cheated on or cheated themselves?
I have not.
I've never really been in a relationship like that with anyone, so no.
Nope.
Yes?
Who cheated on you?
No one did. I was the cheater.
Oh my god, Natsuki! What did you do? I would never have guessed you of all people.
He is pretty out of character.
Okay, so look. There was this boy I liked. This was a couple years ago before the literature club. And we sort of had a thing. We'd hang out a lot and talk. He was always there for me when I was feeling down, and I was always there for him. We never kissed, and I think we were both too scared to say boyfriend or girlfriend. But there were a lot of meaningful hugs and stuff. Anyway, I started to get really scared about what our relationship meant. That's part of why we never made it official. I was afraid.
What is it that you're afraid of exactly?
Getting hurt, I guess. It seems really stupid in retrospect. But I was really worried about the hypothetical situation where I'd let myself get really into him and then he'd leave or something else bad would happen. So I started hanging out with this other guy a lot. I didn't really have any feelings for him, although he certainly wasn't bad looking or anything. But I'd kiss him and smack him on the butt in public and do a bunch of other PDA like that. I guess I thought I was proving myself that I wasn't too attached to the guy I actually liked. Because hey, if I had things with multiple boys going, the one I liked couldn't be that important to me, could he?
So what ended up happening?
Can't believe this is happening here. Couldn't get into mods myself. Just the canon is too important to me. That's, again, fully valid. I fully understand why you would say that. Like, for example, one thing about this mod that I am really not getting into right now is the fact that Natsuki picked up smoking, like, in this very stream. Like, today, in this very stream, Natsuki apparently picked up smoking. And that's one thing that that immediately was like, okay. It's not gonna change the fact that she's best girl for me. Because, let's face it, just because one mod says she smokes, doesn't mean that changes anything about canon, Natsuki, but I still find it hard to believe. I thought Natsuki was going to tell them how she cheated in a video game or something like that. That would be even more horrible.
So what ended up happening?
Well, one day the guy I actually liked found out. I don't know why I thought so, but I thought he'd never find out. Like, to me, those were two separate things, and I was doing the second one to protect myself in the first. I didn't expect them to mix.
You had it really compartmentalized, it sounds like.
Yeah. Anyway, the guy I actually liked was super hurt. I hadn't thought about his feelings at all until then. I felt awful about what I had done.
So what happened then? Did you talk to him about it?
No, I was too ashamed and he was too upset. We haven't really talked since then. I just accepted that I fucked it up and didn't really deserve another shot at it. It sucked, but I'm really sorry about what I did to him. But it's a mistake I learned from. I know how important it is to think about the feelings of the other person in a relationship, and how dangerous it can be to try to protect yourself too much.
Well, that was really brave of you to share, I'd say. It's hard to talk in depth about something you're not proud of.
Yeah. But you have to. You have to look at the things you fucked up on. You have to look at it right in the eye. Otherwise, you'll never learn. And if you try to hide those things from other people, that doesn't work out great either because they'll find out. You have to take ownership of it and let people know on your terms. Like I just did.
Seems like a good time to move on to the next question.
So Yori, do you remember anything from Act 2? I know you were deleted, and you are brought back somehow, so do you retain any memory? Did you go through the good ending or the bad ending in Act 4? Monica, what was it like in Act 4 for you? Obviously we're still there, even though you had been deleted. What did you experience?
Man, a couple really heavy ones in a row. So Yori, do you want to go first? I sort of remember what it was like when I was gone. It was a lot like a weird dream. I wasn't aware of who I was or what I was really. I was just kind of there. I couldn't really tell you what it was like exactly. Something like Monica's Save Me poem, just things drifting by. When I came back after Monica left, at first things seemed normal, but then I started to understand what had happened, including the hanging. And it was only then that I started to make sense of what weird dream I thought I had. As to your other question, I've been through all the endings. The good one and bad one. The one where I randomly became aware of what was happening at the very beginning of the game, that was awful. And this one, which is nice because it's not an ending at all. Basically, for us to get where we are, everyone had to go through the experience of the game several times. So we've got all those memories incorporated into ourselves. What is it like for you in the last part of the game, Monica? I'm assuming they mean the normal ending. All I remember is that I was talking to the player and then suddenly I was aware of Monica being there controlling the game and taking it away, even though I couldn't see her at all. So all the time when the game was shut down, I was still conscious. I think pieces of me must have been getting into other files in the game. Somehow after I was deleted, I was still vaguely aware of what was happening and I still had some control over it.
Hang on, let me catch up on chat again. Sometimes I'm too focused on the game because I want to make progress, you know? I know they have to add lore and depth to these characters, but sometimes it does lead to very out-of-character moments. That is, again, yeah, that is fair. But again, they have to be creative sometimes, and sometimes, again, it's only natural for people to make mistakes. These glasses have blue light lens filter on them. My eyes need to get used to being healthier. Let's go! You know, I've actually been thinking about getting glasses with a blue light filter because of how much time I spent, you know, staring at a computer screen and because it's supposed to help. But I'm not sure if it would be worth it to get glasses just for that purpose. Who knows, maybe I will one day, but currently I don't think I will.
So after I was deleted, I was still vaguely aware of what was happening, I still had some control over it. That's how I was able to talk to the player afterwards. Right at that moment I felt awful. Like I was the cause of everything terrible that had happened. I kind of hated myself. I thought maybe if I just restarted everything without me there, that would let everyone have a normal experience and I could pay penance for what I had done by suffering through being aware of the game, but not being in it the game. I didn't understand that if I wasn't there, Sayori would become the president and wouldn't then know what was going on. Once I saw what was happening to Sayori, I knew I had to jump in and stop everything. Otherwise Sayori might have hurt herself, or the others, or the player, or me. Anyway, after that it felt like I couldn't do anything right at all, and it felt like the literature club was this horrible cursed thing that it would be better had it never existed. So I got rid of it, or at least tried to, but just like I was still there after I had been deleted, it turns out that there was a way to reconstitute everything. And it was just me and Sayori there for a long time, trying to decide what we should do, and trying to work through our issues. Yeah, that took a while, but that's all a story for another day.
I'm kind of feeling that now. It was the first time looking at a screen since having them. Imagine feeling healthy. Would that be something? Couldn't be me.
Let's see if we can get a more lighthearted email going, huh?
Question for all the girls. If you had to have a serious, dedicated, romantic relationship with someone in the club other than MC, who would you be with and why? Maria.
That's definitely more lighthearted. You should probably just answer this one in private one by one so no one has to be really embarrassed. That makes sense.
Everyone but Monica backs away a respectful distance.
Okay, so my answer is Yuri. I'm really attracted to intelligence and Yuri's very intelligent. Sometimes she overdoes it a little bit and it's kind of a show-off. It's true. But she has a good heart and she's a genuinely interesting person. And it doesn't hurt that she's also very physically attractive. Also, even though my answer is Yuri, I really do consider Sayori. I really had to consider Sayori. I really admire her positivity and her willingness to sacrifice for others, which is why she's the vice president. Even though she goes too far with this self-sacrificing sometimes. But she's wonderful to spend time with and it's very fun, so if it weren't for Yuri, it would be Sayori. As for Natsuki, let's just say I'm glad we're friends. Okay, who's next?
Oh, I'll go.
Well, Natsuki looks back to make sure everyone's far enough away. Is this gonna be the thing that pleases all the Yuri x Natsuki shippers? Because I know there's a lot of them.
Okay. Don't tell anyone this. I know this is like the meme or whatever, but it's Yuri for me.
There it is. I wonder if Yuri's also gonna say Natsuki. I wonder.
Sayori's a close second because she's super cool and fun.
Is Sayori just gonna be second place for everyone? Sayori just keeps taking second place. Sad. The childhood friend never wins again. Except, you know, she did win with main character in this, so I guess it works out.
Sayori's a close second because she's super cool and fun. But me and Yuri, we had that whole frenemy, yin-yang, opposites attract thing going, you know? And that is totally hot. I would totally be the caring, protective, older one too, and she would totally be the young, naive, fragile one. Even though, whoa, that's so weird because she's the tall one and you're the short one. So yeah, Yuri. Your turn, Sayori.
I still haven't made up my mind. Who am I kidding? It's definitely Natsuki. I love the forthright way she lives her life. And she's always so funny and nice. Actually, a lot of it is probably because she's always looking out for me also. She's always making sure people don't hurt my feelings and that I'm okay. So she'd probably be a good choice for me.
I guess that leaves me. I'm finding it difficult to pick between Natsuki and Sayori.
Is Sayori gonna be consistent second place? It's always gonna be her second place, and nobody cares about Monica. Nobody in the club cares about Monica.
Natsuki is the one I have more raw attraction to. Interpersonal dynamic is a lot of fun, but to be honest, I'm not sure it would be the most stable long-term relationship. I feel like we'd fight a lot.
F for Monica, boys. Big F. I still think she's second best girl. She takes second place for me. So she takes the place of Sayori, where everyone else basically has Sayori. Second place for me, it's Monica.
So I think my choice would have to be Sayori.
Actually, no, Yuri actually subverting my expectations, actually giving Sayori first place. Okay then.
So I think my choice would have to be Sayori. She's the kindest, least judgmental person I've ever met. She loves everyone and everything. It's so nice to be around someone you know will always accept you. I think that's what relationships are supposed to be about. So Sayori for me.
Guess we're all done with that one. Next email.
For Yuri, the lovely lavender lass. What was that book you were reading in episode 2? And what was the one in episode 3?
It was the same book each time, actually. It's Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. I really recommend it. It's very dark, but if you're into that sort of thing, you'll love it. The only trouble is that, like a lot of McCarthy writing, it's a little bit inaccessible and demanding. I'd recommend you start with his book, The Road, if you're new to reading his stuff. But if you jump right into Blood Meridian, it's quite alright. I actually finished it not too long ago. I'm considering rereading it right away, but there's so many books I've been waiting for me, so we'll see.
Normally that would be about where we'd stop the emails today, but you all have sent so many, and I'd feel bad for not replying to more of them, so we'll do a few more before we stop for the day. Next one.
Hey Natsuki, what food is delicious but a pain to eat?
Now this is a question. Honestly, it's between two fruits. But I have to give a runner-up prize to oranges. Oranges would be great if they were not incredibly annoying to peel. But the other two champions here are kiwis and pineapples. It's a tough call. But in the end, I think it has to be pineapples. You can eat kiwis relatively easy with the spoon trick. But pineapples are a huge pain in the ass no matter what. Fuck oranges, bro. Making taste terrible prep. You see, I agree with the terrible prep, but I'm not even all in on the taste. Like at all when it comes to citrus fruit, I usually stay far away from it. I don't know, the sour taste on some of those citrus fruits, especially lemon, but also like oranges. I don't know, not really into it. Now, except for mandarin oranges, those are nice and sweet. Those I do indulge in those every now and then, but other than that, not as much. But maybe that is just me. But yeah, I do understand the pain of trying to peel them. Terrible, horrible, absolutely. But pineapples are a huge pain in the ass no matter what. But they are damn tasty. Good question, next one. What happens after school is over? Does time actually pass in the in-game world? Is there a college setting? Also, what is the best chocolate-covered food? Well, those are some very different questions, but okay.
Oh boy, the answer to this one is a little complicated. Time passes in a way, like one day follows another, causes precede events, and so on, but we don't get older.
And we keep infinitely repeating our senior year of high school over and over. No one but us finds this strange at all. I mean, they tell us that we need to get good grades for college next year and such, but we just keep repeating it.
The other weird thing is that we actually aren't that weirded out by it. Like, we know intellectually that this is bizarre, but it just seems normal. Probably the game has us built to feel that way. So thankfully it's not too distressing. If I recall, Monica was trying to find a way to get rid of this problem and let us all lead normal lives.
I was, but there are a lot of questions. I'd have to mess with the world.bat system to get it to simulate basically everything. And I'd probably have to tamper with whatever in our CHR files that makes us okay with just endlessly repeating high school. And that's problematic. Plus there are a lot of troubling questions.
Okay, plus if you peel by hand, your fingers sting for the whole day. Smells nice, but still, yeah. I get that. Gotta try to avoid that stuff. But yeah, no. Some foods, as delicious as they are, you just have to avoid them because you can't make them all the time because of the annoyance.
Like, right now we're basically mortal. If I do this, could we die of aging? I don't know, so for now we're just going to hang out in the time loop until we learn more about our situation.
At least this means our grades can't matter that much. I would like to go to college though. Maybe someday.
As for your other question about the best chocolate-dipped food, it's definitely strawberries for me.
I agree with Monica. Chocolate-covered strawberries are amazing. Absolute perfection. You can't tell me otherwise. Like, that is one of the best desserts you can ever get. In my opinion. Anyway, thank you, Monica. Great opinion.
As strawberries, I love chocolate and strawberries together.
I actually love chocolate-covered almonds. I can't get them too often because I eat them so quickly.
I mean, there's all sorts of baked goods that have chocolate covering that I love. But if you mean some other food dipped in chocolate that normally isn't, bacon?
Huh? Well, that's something I've never tried.
Seriously?
Seriously, bacon.
Next question.
No, sorry. Can we get into that? Is that actually good? Like, is that actually good? Or is that just one of Nazi's little quirks? Maddie says yum. No, I'm seriously curious if that's actually any good. Like, sometimes you wouldn't expect stuff to go well together, but it actually does. Like, again, one of those things where I was like, that there's no way that works together is like deep-fried Mars bar. Like a deep-fried Mars candy bar. Surprisingly works really well. So I'm curious if that's the same with the bacon with chocolate. Probably, maybe. Yes, it's yummy. Okay then. Maybe I have to try that sometime. Maybe I do have to try that sometime. Chocolate-covered bacon is an American dish. that consists of cooked bacon with a coating of either milk chocolate or dark chocolate. I'd probably go for milk chocolate. Dark chocolate isn't for me, usually. Usually milk chocolate is the way to go. White chocolate is kind of good, but by itself not. White chocolate isn't good by itself, only good in combination with other stuff. That's my opinion. Anyway, can be topped with sea salt, crumbled pistachios, walnuts, or almond bits. Okay. Sounds greasy and yucky. I mean, I wouldn't know until I tried it. Maybe it is something I have to try. Don't knock it till you try it, you know? Oh my god, you actually answered my question. I love you all so much, especially you, Natsuki. Anyway, my next question for the whole club again. Are you guys aware of Doki Doki fusions like Psionica, Sayuri, etc.?
Hi again, Lara.
Bacon chocolate covered bacon.
Clearly someone has taste.
But yes, we know about the whole fusion thing. Technically, I think you could actually do that to us, although I don't think any of us would want to. My favorite is Psionica.
Good choice, good choice. That one's a big fan favorite, I think. I think it's probably my favorite too, as it's definitely one of the most interesting possibilities.
I like that Suri. They're such different people that I think it's really fun to see what happened if you smush them together.
Well, I'm not sure what to call them. What I think is most interesting. Not Yori, I guess? But the Natsuki Sayori one, it creates someone so energetic and powerful that I doubt it could otherwise exist in reality. I think it would be fun to have a friend who was a Natsuki.
Very good question. Let's see the next one.
I had chocolate covered bacon. Again, fair. Again, I wouldn't know. I've never tried it. I was also very on the fence about the whole deep fried Mars candy bar. But that ended up actually being tasty, so what do I know? Strange combinations. They can work. I should probably try chocolate covered bacon at least once, just to see what it's like. And then I'll see whether or not I like it. Hi there, Literature Club! I have some questions to ask you if I may. Firstly, not a question, but anyway, happy birthday, Sayori. I hope you have a wonderful day. I also included a cinnamon bun file in the attachments. Also, since you said you played Salvation, have you figured out the ARG that's in the game files? It's really interesting, and I'm kinda stuck. To Yuri, have you finished the Portrait of Markov? If so, what's it about? You can answer my questions. Have a great day, Dunzi.
Looks like I go first. Thanks for the birthday wishes. I'm happy to eat your virtual cinnamon bun. My birthday was last Thursday, but it was mostly pretty okay. I don't want to spoil too much with Salvation. Just Google a bit if you get really stuck. It's not too hard to find. It sure is fun when mods leave puzzles for you to solve in the game files, isn't it? Next question for Yuri.
Why did she wink? She winked when she said that. Is there something hidden in club meetings in the club meetings game files too? I might have to check that at some point. Try bacon pancakes either. A bacon dish from America. I mean, again, but it never hurts to try at least.
I think more or less what Portrait of Markov is about in the regular game. A high school girl moves in with a long-lost sister, and they all get involved with these escapees from a prison/cult that did human experimentation. And then as the plot goes on, you learn more and more about what the human experimentation cult was really doing. It gets quite eldritch. I'm not going to spoil it for you, just in case you ever get the chance to read it in your reality. I know that some of you think it's about Project Libitina, whatever that is, and that we here in the Literature Club, especially me, might be associated with Project Libitina. But I don't think I am, as far as I know anyway. But yeah, that's basically what it's about. It's very Lovecraftian.
Okay, moving on.
Hello from quarantine. Does the coronavirus thing affect you guys at all? Helen.
No, it's a real world disease. We're safe from it in here. It's been kind of scary reading about everything happening in your world. But we'll be okay, so don't worry about us. But you should take very good care, because the same isn't true of you. It wouldn't be very kind of you to endanger your health when you have someone who cares about you in here. Make sure you stay in, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and stay 6 feet away from each other.
What's that in non-American? Nah, everything's fine. We know our distance rules.
That's Monica's pandemic survival tip of the day. Alright, time to break it down and adjourn the club for the day, I think.
Need to sleep for college, however, my resin is almost maxed and I'ma make 4 condensed at once. Okay, so you gotta wait just a teeny tiny bit longer.
Okay everyone, don't forget that next week is spring break, so no club meeting. That goes for all of you watching too. We won't see you again until April 15th, 2020.
So that's why it's split into 2 parts. That's why we have episodes 1 to 6 and then 7 to 12. I thought they just split it. I thought they just did the split because it would be too many choices on the screen. But I guess it's not just that there's too many choices on the screen. They actually had a reason for splitting it. Huh.
So don't freak out when there's no new release next week. We'll be back soon. So for next time, since we have a little bit longer, we're going to do something besides poems. As I think you guys know, Yuri found a way to cleanly extract the assets from our game without any of the sentient characters being impacted, and since I've noticed you all like to write poems about the club and its experience, we're going to write some mods for our own game. I know Natsuki and MC aren't really coders, and Sayori only kind of is, but you don't need to be one. I'll send you all an email, but basically you just need to send a written script of what you want to happen and Yuri and I will do the rest. Just keep in mind that writing a mod like this is a lot different from writing a poem. It's more like writing a play. And when you're writing a play, you need to maintain believable motivations for all the characters. Everything has to make sense basically. So keep careful track of what everyone in your mod is saying and doing, so you can stay consistent. That's Monica's writing tip of the day.
Question?
Yes?
Do you write about anything in particular, or...?
Nope, whatever you want. It just has to use the assets from our game. It doesn't even have to be about us. You could call the sprites whatever name you want.
Got it.
Well, I think that's about it for today then.
Hang on. There's still one piece of unfinished business we have.
What's that?
Sayori, are you sure you don't know where MC is today?
Yeah?
Well, let me ask you this, Sayori. I hear you have a boyfriend now. Is that true?
Yes?
I can see you're a little hesitant to talk about it. But that's okay. I'll make it easier for you to tell us. I'll just ask you some questions and you give answers, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Good. Now, first of all, what happened when MC gave you that birthday cake I was helping him make? Did you guys have a good time eating it?
Oh, that! What happened with that was...
Oh? One piece of information left? The one piece? Oh, they found the one piece. Also, we're going back. Traveling back to 6 days ago, Sayori's birthday. Okay, let's review the plan. Get inside. Put down the cake first. She'll be disarmed and excited by the cake. That should give me an opening to talk to her before it gets awkward because of what happened the last time we talked. And then, I just have to tell her how I feel. I don't know what I'm going to say then, but it should work out if I'm just honest, right? This is probably one of those situations where it's better to wing it and just speak from the heart. You can do this, especially if it's to make her happy. Okay, here goes nothing.
Oh, hi MC.
Hi Sayori, happy birthday. I want to tell you I'm sorry for...
Is that a cake?
Tell you I'm sorry for what happened the last... Also, yeah, her focus is directly on the cake, as expected. Do not wing it, you'll stutter. I mean, he's already stuttering and getting interrupted because he brought cake. Yeah, it's your birthday after all.
That's so sweet, MC. You really shouldn't have.
Yeah, well, it's the least I could do. For my favorite girl in the whole world.
MC,
Look, Sayori, I'm really sorry for what happened the last time. I think I didn't make myself clear enough. And even what I was trying to say isn't really how I feel. So I want to say it right. What I'm trying to tell you is... Is everything okay, Sayori, with that?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Someone else comes walking up from around the fence. Oh, hey, MC. Hey, Kenzo. Oh, that's right. You're like Sayori's best friend growing up, huh? Hi there, Chica. Happy birthday. Another kiss on Sayori's forehead. Can we kill him? He's not even part of the literature club. He's not even an important character. He's literally a side character. He should be happy that he even has the luxury of having his own sprites.
So MC, this is my boyfriend Kenzo. And Kenzo, this is MC, who's like my super best friend, like I've told you.
Pleasure to meet you. Hey, you too, man.
You brought me a cake for my birthday.
I did. You should take it. I've gotta go. Oh, no way. Let's hang out a bit. We can get jamming on the cake. Wouldn't be fair for you to leave. Wouldn't be fair for you to have to leave.
No, he's probably really busy and needs to go.
Yeah. You should go ahead and take the cake, Sayori. Get jamming on the cake. Me and the boys. Quick question, Sayori. Are you serious about this girl, or is he just like a rebound? Are you just using him as a rebound? If that's it, then maybe I'd be a little bit more accepting, but I'm still very upset about this development.
No, it wouldn't be right for you to just leave it and go. You should keep it. Well, we kind of need to get going, so I should probably go and put on my uniform.
Sounds good, Chica. I'll see you there, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna go now, MC. Take really good care of yourself today, okay?
MC inhaled sharply. Then exhaled slowly. Then he walks off back towards his house.
And then I looked through the window and he kind of just walked away. And that's it. Anyway, I've got to go now. I've got to go now. I'm meeting my boyfriend. Bye.
What? She can't.
Oh, I'm afraid she can.
This will not stand.
Hell hath no fury like a shipper denied. Hell hath no fury like a shipper denied.
Is that true, guys? Well, time for Natsuki to unleash true hell. That dude is gonna be dead tomorrow morning. That dude is gonna be dead by next club meeting.
We should probably reach out to MC and make sure he's doing okay after that.
Maybe not just yet. He'll probably need some time on his own to work through this. I know I wouldn't want to... I wouldn't want to talk to anyone else for a while if I went through that.
And the entire cake went to waste too. He went through all the trouble. He's gonna die in the boys jam on the cake. Not sure if that cake is jamming anymore. He put through so much effort. He was so proud of the cake. He was so proud of the cake. But yeah, after that, no matter how proud he was of the cake, I guess he just doesn't care about anything right now. That's all for now. Don't forget the club has next week off, so you won't see them again until April 15th, 2020. I feel so bad for all of the people who are doing this, like, as the episodes came out. Like, to have a break after this cliffhanger, you have a break? Monica will still be checking her email though, so make sure you email lit.club.present.monica@gmail.com and keep those questions coming. Joke's on you, it's already 2022, exactly. We don't have to worry. Also be sure to check out the credits.txt file for anyone who contributed something on this episode. In addition to the usual suspects, special mention is due to Minicle for the lunchroom background, Psych for the Kenzo sprites, aka Chad MC sprites, and Camp and Carl and Jan her composers on Twitter for the special Natsuki theme. And super special thanks to Depressed Joanna for the cake CG. You mean the one we're currently looking at? Also depressed in the name? Makes perfect sense. See you in 2 weeks. This is pain. It's worse than your Subaru storyline cliffhanger. And it's even better because there's a cliffhanger for the stream too. I'm asleep now. Want to stick around for the raid for the extra channel points, or are you gonna go to sleep right away? Because I'm ending the stream now, you know. Because I want to be able to implement this cliffhanger too. I'm not gonna leave you guys off without a cliffhanger here. Also, thanks for the hydrate. Need to leave now. Okay then. I guess no sticking around for the raid. I'll set up the raid right now. Also, I absolutely am gonna save here. There we go. And there we go. That is it for the stream. We are gonna set up the raid. I did say I would be raiding Gabe, but I will probably dip right after the raid goes through. So, kind of sad, but we'll have to deal. Now then, let's set this up. Playing Half-Life? Half-Life. Go to Half-Life 2, I think. Yeah. You know, the game of the company that can't count to 3? Let's get this raid nicely set up. And yeah, I'll see you all over there, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Friday Night Funkin'. You know the stuff. Can't wait for the sensational Friday Night Funkin' stream. I don't think that'll be tomorrow. I think I'll wait one more week until I do that. I said one of my streams. I could do it tomorrow, but I think I'll hold off on it for just a little bit longer, because there's one mod that has Sans in it that I haven't played yet, but that has other characters other than Sans, specifically Skeleton Bros. I played the original Skeleton Bros mod, but it has gotten an update. The Skeleton Bros mod has gotten an update, which I want to play soon-ish, and I want to play that before I do the Sans Extravaganza, because there are other characters in there other than Sans, because I'm pretty sure you fight Papyrus in there as well. Actually, yeah, you do, because you fight Papyrus in the original version too, in the non-updated one. So yeah, that has to happen before the Sans Extravaganza, and then maybe the week after. So maybe next week. Maybe as soon as next week. Anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. I'll hope to see you around in future streams. Until then, bye everyone, and have a good night. Or day, whatever it is for you. Also, goodbye to those of you who are watching this as an archive. I would appreciate maybe seeing you around live in the future, but as always, no pressure. Now, I'm gonna probably turn in for the night. So, see you around. Bye.